Niners! You know when you're eating and you just sort of got that last couple of things to do and put it down the mouth? Yeah, I was chowing down. Sorry, fam. Well, I should have started eating earlier. My apologies. Sorry. Fam, let's get right into this because, the draft is coming up and you probably already got your mock already done and everything. You're looking at what the 49ers are going to do, what they should do in your mind and that type of thing. So, but Lynch and Shanahan, they rarely have ever been known as drafting since we've known them in the last 5 years. These guys don't draft conservatively. And we complain at the end of the draft like we always do about everything. But still, the fact is, when you look at what they do, how many people don't think the 49ers get drafted back up in the first round? See, I wouldn't bet any money on that. See, the 49ers, there's no telling what they're going to do because they've traded up or something every year since they've been there, right? I wish they would have traded up for Ruben. At that time, I was delighted, but now I think, I want to get something else with that pick. Probably could have got a better ball player, but that's history. That doesn't matter. So the Niners may not be with a first-round pick coming draft night's opening, but it shouldn't be expected that GM John Lynch and HC Shanahan will be going through the draft without wiggling and diggling to some degree. Tonight, we will go to the phone after going through some hypothetical scenarios that may take place during the draft, and especially if you use their imagination, right? Then we'll be soliciting your possible projections for the Niners draft 2022 because I know you've got some things that you probably want to talk about and see what reaction you get. And just to whet your appetite for what some of the speculations are for the 49ers across so many drafts, mock drafts. Have you been looking over the mock drafts? Because I do this every year about the same time. Everybody thinks like we do. Edge rusher. D Ford's leaving. We've got edge rushers, but you want to know if you can find anything that is actually elite in the draft by possibility. I noticed NFL Network, I'm not sure how to pronounce his name, but MYJAI. Would I pronounce that MyJai? If I didn't, if my name was MYJI, call me MyJai. Myjai Sanders, he's long and lean from Cincy. His top traits are his burst off the snap and his outstanding competitive toughness. He never gives up, and it's constantly working to impact the play. Does that sound familiar? His concerns on him, though, are about his weight, and he's listed in the 250s, but looked more like 230 late in the season. I attribute that to maybe that he is a student. He's not getting enough to eat, but he's still getting it done. See, at this level, there won't be no shortage of groceries. He'll be able to maintain his weight throughout the season and the training program and all that stuff. If that's the only problem he's got, losing 20 pounds because he's out there busting butt every week, I like him already. But that loss of weight also impacts his ability to defend the run, which is rated merely solid at best. O-lineman, right? You and I both want an O-lineman because we're not trying to hear about watching that right side of the line get breached on every snap. That is not going to work. O-lineman Alec Lindstrom, he's a 3-year starter on a talented Boston College O-line. And Boston College, usually like Notre Dame, usually you yield these guys that like to play offensive line. But he's a talented guy from Boston. Lindstrom is one of the just 5 players in Eagles history to be a 2-time first-team All-ACC selection. Did I get too many C's? Here's the good news about him, though. Ideal role, it says next to that, developmental center. Get him in here. Let's let him work with Mac. I got a feeling the spotlight's going to be on him. I don't know if we can get him at 61 because the next pick is a little late, so I don't know. Scheme fit. Zone run. Tailor-made for Kyle. All right, anyway. Also, fam, here it is. Stefan Diggs, right? Stefan's adding stress fam. The Bills agreed to terms with Diggs on a 4-year, $96 million contract extension that can be worth even more in incentives. Ian Rappaport reported this morning Diggs will receive $21.5 million signing bonus and $70 million in total guarantees as part of his new deal. The deal puts Diggs under contract in Buffalo for the next 6 seasons. Mrs. Diggs' baby boy is now 28 years old. He'll be 34 when he gets ready to, if he runs that contract all the way to the end, and he'll say, I got all I've wanted at NFL. I don't know if they're going to win any Super Bowls or not, but they could. They've been picked to win the Super Bowl last year, and they're probably going to be picked to be a favorite this year, or they're going to be in the mix. And Diggs is what made Josh Allen famous overnight. Because Josh Allen was okay the first couple of years, right? He was doing a lot of crazy things. He wasn't looking like anybody's franchise quarterback yet. Diggs came along, all of a sudden now Josh Allen is the man. Anyway, let's get right into this, fam. Niners entered the draft with 9 selections. A majority of those picks are scheduled for the final day of the selection process. Not good. Coach Shanahan and his staff are not slated to make a pick until the 61st overall position that resides at the end of the second round. We'll be sitting back watching all the good players that we want, especially those of us who like to draft the big names, right? The big tickets. The kids that show up on opening nights where the NFL paid for the wardrobe, the car, the everything that they got, It's just like the Oscars. They come in there looking like the moms is dressed in $5,000-$6,000 worth of stuff. I mean, it's just crazy. Niners own 2 third-round picks and 3 sixth-round selections in addition to 1 pick each in 4th and 5th and 7th rounds. That set of selections could be important to the Niners if they decide to make a move up the draft board late in the first round, and they're going to. They do not like to sit back and watch too much talent get away. They're still going to be looking. In the first round or early in the second round for sure. The latter scenario makes more sense for the Niners in case they believe they can land a prospect that unexpectedly dropped out of the first round. Because the 49ers got nervous when that was Dante Pettis. Remember, they thought the Cardinals had threatened to pull Pettis. So you can sucker the 49ers into pulling, dropping assets and moving up in the draft. And they've made that pretty much known. So, and the Cardinals got the better end of that deal. Then there's make early surge in top of second round. Potential trade. 49ers acquired number 35 pick from the Jets, possibly, for New Orleans Saints, numbers 93, 172, and 187. The Niners might be inclined to move up into the top of the second round if a prospect it rates highly falls to the second day. See, because they're going to be watching closely. We're going to be, and the Niners are, that moment when you're sitting there watching draft, and the Niners are just on the clock. What? Oh! What number? You're going to get them moments. And the Jets are an ideal trade partner anyway for the Niners because Robert Saleh came from Coach Shanahan's staff, and the AFC East owns 2 of the first 6 selections in the second round. The Niners could target the number 35 selection to jump ahead of most franchises at the start of the draft second day. So many possibilities. These are all kind of hypotheticals, but they're fun stuff. I want you to come up with something, too. I just want to know where everybody's mind is on this. The good guys might have to pay a hefty price for a high second-round pick, but it may be worth it if a prospect falls a day, too, that they happen to be looking at and they think he can actually make a difference on the team. The Niners could package one of its picks in the 3rd and 6th round, as well as a 5th-round selection to satisfy the Jets' demands for what could be a coveted spot in the draft order. Moving up a handful of spots in a deal with possibly the Steelers. And this could also involve everybody wants Jimmy to go to someplace. Yeah. Possibly, right? Otherwise, Niners acquire number 52 from Pittsburgh from number 61 and 172. 49ers could wait to pull the trigger on a trade until the middle of the second round, but we're still hanging around the second round because somebody's going to make a mistake and let that bullet of a speedster get by. I want that wide receiver so bad I can taste it. Come on, Kyle. Get me some speed. Get it. You know you need it. You know you need it. At that point, the Niners could be more willing to move up in the draft order because it would cost less on the trade market. A trade up to number 52 with the Steelers could allow the Niners to land a player before a positional run happens, or it may occur in the middle of the streak of a selection at a position of need. A potential move up in the spots could cost the Niners a swap of second-round picks as well as a selection on the third day. But so what? It's all about getting our man. Steelers only have 4 selections on the final day of the draft, and 3 of them are in the 6th or 7th rounds. Steelers! You know you want to talk. All I can see in my mind is Kevin Costner on draft day, moving up and down the office, talking smack. Get Steelers on the phone. What? Get Steelers on the phone now. Hurry up. Niners could ship its 5th-round selection to Steelers to sweeten the deal and land a player it needs at that juncture. Or, how about this? Jump ahead of NFC rivals in the 2nd round. Fam, you and I both know the Niners are not into strategic drafting for this purpose. They never have been. Except for, they got Pettis. And they thought that was going to keep the Cardinals from picking him up. But would have been smart is let him get Pettis. But this could be the first year since Lynch and Shanahan took over that they don't have a first-round pick. Potential trade, Niners acquired number 54 pick from New England for number 60 and 220. Niners could be motivated to lead up a few positions from number 61 to get in front of its NFC rivals in the 2nd round, which could be key. Could be. You never know, because sometimes you get those really high-impact players, and you know how good the 49ers are at picking everywhere but the first round. Like Dallas, Green Bay, and Tampa Bay are all slated to pick in front of the 49ers in the 2nd round, but there's a path to move up without giving up a ton of draft capital. I do not like Green Bay in front of us for the speedsters, wide receivers, because I got a feeling that the Green Bay Packers are going to be loading up on wide receivers. They're going to get the cream of the crop first chance they get. And they're going to get more than one this year because they didn't want to pay Valdez Scantling, and if they sure didn't want to play Devontae, right? So you look for the Steelers. The Green Bay Packers will go heavy on that. Now, Tampa Bay, I have no idea. Dallas, I can't imagine what Dallas is looking at. They don't need receivers. What does Dallas need? They need an ass whooping is what they need. But the Niners could call the Patriots about the number 54 pick, which may cost them less than moving up into the Steelers' spot. New England is 1 position ahead of the Arizona Cardinals and 2 in front of them boys. The 49ers value a prospect they believe could help AZ or Dallas. They could pay the price of a 2nd-round swap and day 3 selection to land that player. Maybe. Because the 49ers got to think hard, and brilliant in this draft. More so than they've ever had to since Kyle Shanahan and John Lynch came to San Francisco. New England might be willing to add another draft pick to its day 3 haul. 3 of its selections in the 5th or 6th round of the 2022 draft were acquired in some sort of a trade. And remember, they're looking to get rid of you-know-who. He goes by the name of N'Keal Harry. See, I'll take Harry. You know what? I'll take Harry so I can get at something else. And then he comes into camp. If he doesn't make the team, I'm getting rid of him. There's no loss there. There's so many things you can roll about. Going nuts. I don't, Papa Dragon, hey, Ronbo, man, you're talking Madden. I'm just saying, Because there's no big money involved, so it's not as bad as severe as Madden. Woo, this could be fun. Ah, God. Let me get on here. Before it gets into the late night hours, I get hungry again. Man, this time of year, I do get hungry easily. Hey, Eric.
Yo, what's up, Ronbo?
Eric, man, I'm looking at hypotheticals. I'm worried about somebody in the chat has already said, yeah, Deebo unfollowed the 49ers on Instagram. Eric, you know that? If they sign one more wide receiver before Deebo, I don't know what they're thinking about, Eric. What? Well, sign him, John. We got to wait and see what happens next, right? But do you have any draft strategies you think that the 49ers will be pulling off? Are they going back in the first round? What are you thinking here?
Well, as far as the Deebo thing, that is pretty concerning. And it wasn't just, the 49ers. He unfollowed, 49er fan pages, a couple of those. I don't know what to think of it. Deebo is the type of person that he'll do that, but then tell you, don't think of anything of it. I don't know why he does things like that. but I'm not going to really think much of it. Although it is a pressing
Concerning,
concern as far as the drafting. Yeah,
especially at
as
this
far as the
particular
drafting.
time.
Oh yeah, especially with all the guys getting signed, and it's getting pretty scary because I don't know when the Niners are going to do it. Someone said that I forgot who it was. I think it was on an Instagram Live that they said the next guy up is Cooper Kupp to get an extension.
Damn.
So, and Cooper Kupp just put up Jerry Rice numbers, and he did it all in one season. And I don't know how much that guy's going to get, but
It's gonna be a lot.
If Deebo's gonna ask for anything that's close to him, well, obviously it's gonna be close, but I'm hoping he doesn't go over Cooper Kupp or anything like that. But
Eric, they've just got to do the same thing they did with Diggs. You give him a flat rate that looks it's healthy for the cap, right? And then you give him this huge bonus. You give him these incentives that go on for days. That's the way you do it. And I'm sure that's what the 49ers are thinking, but I don't know why they're hedging on it. That is the only feasible thing to do.
yeah, man. But I mean, for me, I understand why he's gonna get this money, but also to me, I look at the guys that are getting these contracts, and these guys have been doing it in the league for so many years. Yeah, and it's concerning that Deebo's gonna get this money after one season or putting up elite numbers. He's been good, since he's got here, but this is his first elite year, and it's concerning that all these guys are getting paid this much money off of years of production, and we're going to give Deebo the same amount of money off of 1 year. It's concerning for me. He is the focal point of basically the entire team, is the heart and soul of the team. This team is going to go as far. Well, it went as far as he did. Yeah. So I mean, it's one of those things where you kind of have to, if you're going to have to make that or take that risk. But as far as the drafting, Ronbo, I think I've said it before. Again, the Niners are going to have to be aggressive. I don't know any specific strategy. I'm hoping they move up and they move down. Get picks. Again, I've said 10, 12-man draft, bringing as much talent as you can. I heard the Niners are going to have looked at a defensive edge, an edge rusher, right?
Mm-hmm.
I believe he was coming in from the Colts. I believe he had like 5 sacks, I believe.
Yeah, he was in today.
Yeah, it's maybe a sleeper pick. That's what I was hearing. If he does sign, I don't know if he's gonna be like an Arden Key type of guy, but I'm hoping that this guy is a sleeper pick. Hopefully this is something that Chris Kasurek is looking at, and he saw I want that guy. If it's this type of deal, then I'm pretty sure this guy's gonna be one of the more underrated guys on the D line.
And you can trust Kasurek too, because he makes these judgments. He's usually accurate, when he's looking at talent. Because look what he's done so far. Arden Key. I don't know if he had anything to do with Arden, but he's definitely had something to do with the guy we just brought back from the Hawks, Hyder. So yeah, maybe.
Yeah, I trust the guy. He's a really good coach. I don't know. Hopefully, the Niners. I was thinking about the other day, because I did say the Niners should go offensive line with their first pick, but I'm starting to think they should go safety. I said that the Niners already went pretty heavy in defense through the free agency, but it feels like every day that the safety is a pressing issue. I kind of want a guy right next to Jimmy Ward that has pretty good ball skills, and that's something the Niners don't really go for. Is the guy that catches the interceptions, gets the turnovers. So hopefully the Niners draft a guy like that.
But Eric, the thing is, Tavares was making that happen, right? So I don't know if they're banking on him returning, or like you're saying, go ahead and get that insurance run now. I don't know. It's really a tough one there.
I see more as more of a depth guy. He's coming off an Achilles injury. That's something you don't really want to mess with. You got to put something back there. And it's always the Niners have always neglected the DBs. I don't think we picked a safety in the draft. When was it? I believe like 2015.
Well, you picked up Hofunga last year, but you mean high in the draft. You mean, right?
Yeah.
You also picked up DJ Reed. I don't know. They don't take it real seriously though. They'll if you're going to get a safety, they're going to wait until later rounds. It seems you're right about that though.
Yeah, but I mean, hopefully, I'm hoping that the Niners do pick in, bring in a lot of I would say good contributors. It's going to be one of those things where the Niners are going to have to pull in those type of guys. The DJ Joneses of the world. Hopefully, they
In the sixth round,
usually
yeah, I
come in
know,
the
right?
later rounds.
Is that even
Yeah.
possible? Even the Jawan Jennings in the seventh. I mean, yeah,
Oh yeah.
amazing how they can do that. But remember
Yeah.
one thing,
Maybe
though, Eric.
they
The
pick
49ers
fruit.
pick players that fit the program. And that doesn't necessarily mean you need a first round pick or a second round even. That's why, Jones at the time was just that kind of guy. Jennings, they saw what he brought to the table. Even Hufanga brings something to the table that they really like and figure he can fit the program. So that's what you're going to have to look forward to this time probably, too.
Yeah, but I would also hope that the Niners do go best player available, because I think
Oh,
since the Niners did lose a lot of guys that go out there and get the best player available, I
get
think they
us,
should do that pretty often.
get a legitimate,
Yeah.
bona fide, already made stud. All right, Derek, we're gonna go. I tell you what, I'll be looking for you. Looking for you. Actually, it's Friday. All right.
Bye, Ronbo. I'll catch
All
you
right.
later.
All right, fam. Have a great night.
Later.
Later. Yeah, Avatar, you and Niner by Nature, you guys got a one-track mind. No, I'm not ignoring you. I saw it. You guys don't know anything about what's going on in the office. Leave it alone. The 49ers aren't stupid. You guys assume that with those kind of statements. All right. I'm not going to repeat it because you do this every time you come in. First thing you do is go after this guy. First thing you do. Has nothing to do with what we're talking about tonight. Hey, Dre.
What up, Ronbo?
Dre, I hate to believe
I
that.
see you up here. People
I
talking crap in the chat, huh?
the same guy's talking about the same guy every time. I really wish sometimes we could expand our mind to the whole team and the whole game instead of just that one guy. And they don't know what Parag, John, and company are doing. They have no
Right.
idea. But I do worry about Deebo because, like Eric just pointed out, why did he stop following every damn body?
Yeah. I appreciate Deebo for what he do and what he brings to the team, but ain't nobody replaceable, ain't nobody above the team. You feel me? That's how I always used to play football back when I was in Pop Warner. You feel me? Nobody came above the team. Anytime that you feel you come before the team, then we got a problem. And right now, it seems like if I'm Deebo, I would feel like you're putting Jimmy Garoppolo before paying me. And you playing, I would be pissed off with Jimmy
See,
if I
now
was
see,
Deebo.
for
I
this
would be
reason,
pissed off
wait,
with,
Dre, I just want to say something about that. Why is it we always assume when the 49ers are always going to get whomever they want to get? Jimmy is not going to stop the 49ers from signing Deebo. Because, and think about this for a second. Why would I risk? They did the same thing with George Kittle. They see who else? Every time Fred, they never sign anybody until the last minute for reasons unknown. I don't, but I guarantee you it ain't because of Jimmy. They would have. If it was,
I need him to make
Jimmy'd
some
be gone.
Belichick decisions, though. I
Yeah.
need Kyle and John to make them Belichick decisions. You know what I'm saying? If you feel that the player is too expensive, then you trade him for enough compensation that you could rebuild your team and find a player or two who could do exactly what he do and more. Look
You
at
got to keep a
the
nucleus,
New
though.
England Patriots. Yeah, look at New England and the Patriots. They stayed steady, Super Bowl after Super Bowl after Super Bowl, because Belichick never let no one player come before the whole team, no matter who it is.
And he lets you go out and look around, too.
Am I lying?
Yeah, no, you tell the truth. And
I
what
mean,
would be funny,
no,
they come back. Come on, coach,
right?
I'll
Like
just
they
play
come right back with nameless players. Like you just be like, wait a minute, I remember him from 2 seasons ago, but who the hell is you? You made a tackle in a Super Bowl. Wow. Belichick do his job. That's what I'm talking about. I mean, I love Deebo. Don't get me wrong. I'm a fan of his. He's a dope player. He the heart and soul of the 49ers. But, I mean, hell. You unfollowed everybody. He was doing a Kyler Murray to me.
I know, right? You know what? You just hope, though, that he's not so impatient that they turn this whole Deebo signing into a. But can you feel his pain? Here's the thing I want to ask you, Dre. he's in his first. He's coming out of his rookie deal. Is he going to be a little stubborn? Is he going to be irrational and just just decide? Look, I'm looking around. I'm seeing what's going on around me. I need to get paid. I'm just saying. I want what I'm worth.
I'm concerned. I'm concerned about the attitude. You know what I'm saying? Humbleness. You know what I'm saying? That takes you to the next level. Don't feel you're just elite after 1 year of playing elite football. And you know what I'm saying? But it is what it is, Ronbo. I mean, I'm more concerned about his injury history than anything. Before I break a bag on you, I need to see this 2 years and consistently. You know what I'm saying? 2 years consistent football on that level. And I give you the check.
The 49ers are right with you, too. I guarantee you they're worried about dropping the bomb. And then he comes in the first couple of weeks and pulls a hamstring. And you know how that goes. He'll be out for the rest of the season on and off. And this is his first contract. Diggs, Devontae, who else signed? Tyreek. These guys have already had their rookie. This is their second deal. I mean, I don't know if Deebo's not going to look at that as y'all, I don't want to hear about nobody else. I'm talking about Deebo. I wonder if it's
But what I'm scared of, what scares me the most is not losing Deebo. We can replace him. You know what I'm saying? It's losing Bosa. Because Bosa said himself he wanted to go play with his brother. So if they don't get him if they don't sign him this year, I bet you a bag he's going to go play with his brother. And they will sign him up.
Nick's not going anywhere, and neither is Deebo. But the thing is, they've got to do this. I remember we sat there and we watched Fred. We watched George. And the 49ers... He will be the highest paid whatever position in the game, and sure enough, Trent Williams, all of them were. I don't know how Parag does this, but if they want you, you're not going anywhere.
I'm not trusting them because they said that they wouldn't trade DeForest Buckner.
I will see that one. Deebo could do the same thing, Dre. All right, they offered DeForest a nice chump of change, a clump of change. I almost said chump. But I mean, the thing is, DeForest felt chumped. I guess. Well, you know what? Indy did that to us. And somebody will do that to Deebo, too. If we offer Deebo a certain amount of money and anybody else finds out about Deebo, you ain't got to put up with that. I'll give you $26 million right now. We'll equal what we gave, what Diggs got, and we're going to give you some incentives you wouldn't believe. He'll go.
But then the 49ers will turn around and franchise tag him. So
yeah, because this is not his final year. I mean, this is his final year, but, he could sit out. He's going to sit out the whole season?
Yeah. Go ahead. Sit out the whole season. We hold on to your rights and your franchise tag. Mm-hmm. Anybody that want him, trade for him. Mm-hmm. I mean, I wouldn't mind. Me personally, I look at the maturity of the player. I mean, if he just he didn't unfollow everybody. He unfollowed the 49ers and they people.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? I look at the maturity.
Send him a message.
And if I feel like if I see that your maturity level ain't where it's supposed to be at, far as doing things like that, you're a brand first. You got to protect your brand, and by you doing that, just show you're immature.
Yeah, that's true.
That's just my point. But back to these picks. If they would like to trade Deebo, we would be glad to take 3 first-round picks, 2 seconds, and 1 third. Next couple of years, let's do it.
You know what? You could get it, too. Teams would trade for Deebo in a heartbeat. Oh, everybody. Because how many teams want them a Deebo? How many? You saw last year, people saw guys coming out of the draft. It kind of reminds you of Deebo. I can hear it from other people that have nothing to do with the 49ers as they're talking. Yeah, blah, blah, blah. He reminds you a lot of Deebo Samuel. Everybody wants a Deebo Samuels. And it's, damn.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. Everybody can have him. And then when he mess up his calf, or a leg, or tear something, you'll be, oh, shit, get it. We traded 3 rounds, 2nd, and a 3rd. There's just it's some crap, but good luck with that. Yeah. And if I was them, I would do it. I'll flip it and trade out the first round to not trade out the first round, but I'll trade up, let somebody trade up ahead of me and grab who I really want to grab. It's simple and flip the revenue for next year.
I just don't want the Rams, Cardinals. I don't have to worry about the Rams. They ain't got no picks. I don't want the Cardinals. I guess that's all we got to worry about in our division, actually. Nobody else has got any first round picks.
Pick. Come on,
Oh,
Miami.
Miami pick him up
Come on,
so
Miami.
fast. Oh my God, they pick him up.
Mm-hmm.
Oh my, ooh, oh! There would be like
Have 'em.
an afterburn coming out of Santa Clara. They pick him up so fast.
Look. I will
Woo!
give it to him. I need both. I need all y'all picks this year that I'm trading out of the first round and one of them picks. So now I got 2 first-round picks in the following year. You get what I'm saying, Ronbo? You got to make do with what it
Don't put
is.
any player
Ain't one
above.
player above the team.
Oh,
You know what I'm saying? You can flip that. You know how we flip it. You know, flip it.
And make it into something.
Turn,
Dre, we ran out of
turn
time.
5 cents into $1.
By Friday, Deebo's gonna get signed, and we were saying, remember we was talking about Deebo Wednesday?
I hope so. I hope so, Ronbo. Look, I hope so. But if not, that's what I want. 3 first-round picks, a second and a third. Nobody want to give it to me. Screw you.
We'll be happy about that. All right.
Yeah.
Dre, good stuff as usual.
All right, Ronbo, man.
I'll see you Friday.
Y'all be easy. Stay safe. All right.
Thanks, fam. Guerrero. Hey, we are done for the season. Freaking LA Lambs signed Wagner. Did they? Oh, yeah, that's right, Bobby. Girl, but you want to think about Wagner is he's not the same Bobby W as he was years ago. I think he'll probably play 2 years at the same pro level, but I don't know. He is worrisome put on that team, though. If it'd be any other team, you'd be like, wouldn't take him seriously. Hey, Charles. And Guido, thanks, man. Hey, Charles, where you at, man? All right, Charles. I have to come back to Charles. Because there he is. Pop a dragon.
What's up, Ronbo?
Pop, worry, man. You know, that thing about Deebo getting all upset and sending that message like so many players in the NFL like to do. They like to, well, I'll tell you what I'm going to do. I'm going to clear my board. I'm going to take everything 49er red and gold off of my pages of social media. That way everybody will notice and they will talk about it. It'll get back to the front office and they're going to pay me my money. So that's why when Dre said something about the maturity level, I don't know. I did think about that for a moment. well, Pop, Deebo and draft deals and the 49ers, are we moving back up and down the board? What's happening?
Well, as far as Deebo goes, I don't want to make too much out of what happened because you saw what happened with Kyler Murray, who already had a reputation of being a little bit immature. And I'm sorry, it's cool and everything, but I mean, it's not an exact sign of maturity or modesty when you're, bumping down the hallway with a golden boombox. So, I mean, that's something I probably would expect from Deebo, which is unfortunate.
And also, Pop, don't forget to mention and anybody says they didn't notice, you're lying. Them big booty hoochies he's got on his Instagram page.
Yeah, absolutely.
Deebo, that's weird, man. You're married with a child.
No, it's no. I get it. I'm with that. Like I said, I think all NFL players, if they were truly wise, they would buy a flip phone and hire a PR staff to handle their social media accounts.
Yeah, agreed.
Because you don't want to let too many people know what you're thinking. Because you know what? This is poker. You know what I'm saying? This whole football game is poker, baby.
Yeah.
Exactly. So I mean, you're talking about an Instagram post or too many massages could mess with a lot of money.
Yeah, the police started investigating. Exactly. Yeah.
That's what I'm saying. So it's like, what you may think is right isn't always right. So when it comes to professional football players, if people think that these are like sophisticated men that know what they're doing, no, they're a bunch of rich kids
coming out of school
that haven't matured yet. And I don't know about you, but I know some men that take a long time to mature.
Yeah.
They take a long time, Ronbo.
But when it comes to certain things, you gotta stop it because, fam, when you're acting silly outside your shoe size, just barely, what's right and wrong at certain times, and you should apply that. And I don't know what Deebo did, but kind of worries me.
All these kids, I keep trying to tell them. I try to explain to them. They don't understand, but the social media stuff stimulates the same brain centers that drug addiction does, and it does mess with you. And before you know it, you're sitting there crying in front of a judge, talking about, "Oh, I didn't know what I was doing, and I was on the Capitol, and I was trying to," they're saying all this crap because they got all wrapped up in their brain with this crap. And I'll tell you another thing. A lot of these people who own and make all of these social media companies, and trust me, I've been there talking with these people seat to seat. They don't let their own kids get on this crap because they know based on the studies. I'm serious.
No, I believe
they know
it.
based on the studies what this can do to some people.
It's just hard to stop kids. Even if you stop them, they've got other silent. TikTok is full of anonymous children, and it's hard to keep them off though.
Oh no, it's not. It's called parenting.
Yeah, you just keep an eye on them. Coming to bed late night with the flashlight. I see you.
No,
give me your phone.
You gotta be. You don't have to be a warden. You gotta be more than a parent. You gotta explain to them why.
And that's a good point.
Explain to them, and so that they understand, so they can make better, more informed decisions. Like I say, with my kids are in bed every night at 8:00. Okay, and people ask me all the time, "How do you do that?" Well, you instill it in them when they're young. You bust their ass when they're young, so you don't have to bust it later. So anyway, what I do see happening as far as moves go, not happening. I'm gonna throw out a hypothetical and let everybody talk about it, but this is a hypothetical. With the 49ers have traded up to the number 32 pick and have drafted Christian Watson from NDSU. Now, why would I do that? Reason why I would do that is because I have Deebo on contract right now. I have Ayuk coming up. So after Deebo is going to be Ayuk, which means one of them ain't going to be here after next year.
You think so?
Right? Well, I mean, Ayuk, you got to understand, Ayuk's got 5 years too, and he's going to be sitting there pulling his pictures off social media.
Since that's the standard.
But you're going to pay one of them, you got to let one go. But if you get a rookie wide receiver now, number one, it'd be a nice Odie to Trey Lance, right? You're going to get a bigger receiver that it will complement Deebo very well. Because I do think they're going to re-sign Deebo. And the reason why they're going to re-sign Deebo, reason why they're going to re-sign him is not going to be because of Parag. It's going to be because of Kyle. So Kyle's going to say, no, fix it. Make it happen. And Parag's going to have to run back to the calculator.
But we go through this with every one of our primetime players that we have went through this same time frame. I mean, we're talking about an organization that doesn't even like to sign their rookies until a day before camp where they have to be signed in order to get on the field. Why the 49ers want to drag these things out? And granted, sometimes it's the players, they don't like the fine print in the contract. Okay, fine. Guys, get somebody else to read the contract for you, please. And if he can't...
we don't really know what's happening in the background. So a lot of times what happens with these contracts is that a verbal agreement is in place. You just have to sign on a dotted line. The one thing that the 49ers have been consistent about with the current administration is that they keep everything secret until it's not a secret. So a lot of times these people are already signed and set up, and then it just appears they signed the last minute or the last day. But a lot of times it's already done. So now I'm sure Deebo's not done because, again, you got to have that conversation. And that conversation is, hey, you only had one season when you've been healthy. These other guys have been healthy the whole time. And you want to make what they make. That's normal negotiations. And while it may be frustrating for Deebo, it's a fact.
Pop, you know what?
Look, you had it.
And I think you just hit it right on the head. And that may be why we saw content removed from his company. That conversation probably took place, like you say, just a few minutes ago.
Yeah, but that's all part of negotiation. His making that move is a level of immaturity that is not going to make the front office happy, right? Because now people are going to talk about it. Now, does it affect the front office? It really doesn't. But he's failing the test of maturity right now, which is what they want to see, and somebody they're about to give a big contract to. So, I mean, theoretically, if it was Bill Belichick, I think it's 50-50. Bill Belichick might trade his ass just for making that post because you don't see those kind of posts happening on the Patriots side.
And you know,
But
the pop, we got to go, but you need to almost establish that kind of. You need a relationship with your players, because if you start crying about this, I'll tell you good night, because I can wherever I got you from, I can go back there and look for the same place, you know. But you got to worry that, you know, players like they lost their all-time, I mean, their Pro Bowl quarterback. Belichick didn't think twice about it. He loves defense, so it's interesting to see how Belichick works, and he still wins. So.
Yeah, well, we got a lot of guys on one-year deals right now and on last year deals or close to their last year deals that they have to kind of compensate for. Yeah. So anyway, I would see them doing that. I see them making a trade to Detroit. They could make a trade to the Detroit Lions by trading Garoppolo, Greenlaw, and a couple of threes to move up to the first round.
You need to pick another team.
Here's why. Yeah, hang on. Here's the logic.
Pop,
Detroit's job right now is to beat Green Bay.
Yeah.
Garoppolo beats Green Bay.
Yeah.
Dre Greenlaw beats Green Bay.
But
and extra picks.
What do you do with Jared Goff? But you know what? Let's we'll get into that. We got to wait till Friday though, because we're out of time now. Jared Goff, because look, you know what, guys, I'm tired of this being abused. What are you bringing him in here for? Well, he's going to compete with you, and then what? Well,
it wouldn't even be a competition. I would cut him. I would take him over Goff in a heartbeat. I'm sorry, I just would, because you want a running game, play action running game, and a strong defense to mess with Rodgers.
With Rodgers, and he hates that. All right, they need good defense though. All right, hey, Pop, let me see you Friday, because we're way over time now. Production's
all right, man. All right, man. Like and subscribe to Ronbo Sports. Shout out to production. See you guys later.
Thanks, Bob. Making nothing but good sense. I'll see you Friday. All right, and let's go. Hey, Charles. Charles, you got no audio from what I'm being told. You got to push one button you're not pushing. All right. Go through your sequence. I heard something. Because we're not hearing you, Charles. All right. Hey, Jay. We'll come back, Charles. Go through it. Do it again. Yo, Jay.
Ronbo. Hello.
Yeah. Yo, Jay.
How's it going?
Jay, it's going all right, man. All right. A little worried about Deebo. Stefan Diggs.
Oh, yeah, Deebo.
Yeah, everybody's worried about, you see, everybody's getting their contracts did up, and here we are early in the month of April, and Deebo's sitting back here wondering, okay, well, I just saw somebody else. Okay, y'all, Tyreek got signed. All right. Hey, whoa, Devontae got signed. Okay, I guess Stefan got signed. How come? Hey, Coach, yeah. I'm doing all right. I'm just wondering, I'm at home. Okay, yeah, okay. I'm cool. Damn, how come you playing me, man? Stop jiving me. I don't know if he's getting impatient, because the thing with the social media was kind of strange. Maybe it means nothing. Maybe the timing is a little weird.
Yeah.
But any draft scenarios you have in mind that may move us up in the draft as well?
I don't know. Trade all our picks. Should try to get into first. I'm just kidding. Not that. But yeah, okay.
You know we can get that
done. Yeah, probably not. Who knows? But about Deebo, most players that unfollow the team, they're unhappy because
true.
Probably want to get paid. Let's be honest here. Deebo definitely wants to get paid because he has a kid, a new kid, that he does have a family, so. Of course, he wants to get paid, and he probably did, talk to the 49ers, and he didn't like what he heard, So he unfollowed the team, and, now the fans are probably going to get mad. So he's probably unfollowed the team, for the fans to get mad or something. I don't know. But
to let you boys follow along.
It's probably working, right? It's probably working, Ronbo.
Okay, but Jay, let me ask you this, though. Are you ready to play Deebo the same kind of contract that you see people like Diggs and getting paid, Devontae? These guys have been around for a long time. Is it really right that Deebo insists upon getting paid the same amount they do? And Deebo's very talented, but you need to pay dues a little longer. I understand him. I would say please give him his money, but does he have a right to ask for Davante Adams pay? Does he have a right to Tyreek Hill's pay? Does he have Stefan Diggs? Should he get that kind of money?
I say, I don't know. Like he only like showed like one good year, but in 2019 he looked pretty good, right? You know, it was a solid year. He looked good. And then 2020 he was injured. You know, I don't know. He played for a couple of games, but you know he was injured, and I feel like he needs to show one more good year of the same year like last year or whatever. And then I would definitely pay him. You know, consider it.
Okay,
But you know,
how long of a deal would you give him this time though? Because you know what it's going to be. If you gave
yeah.
Deebo a 4-year deal, would that be, or would you give him a 5-year deal? Just let him know that
Nah,
we
nah, nah.
want you to stick around. But no, See, this is what I'm
No, I
thinking.
wouldn't pay him for 5 years. No, Ronbo. Look, he plays a pretty, you know, dangerous position. You know, a running back and a wide receiver, Ronbo.
Yeah, I know, right?
He's probably gonna last for like 2 years, Ronbo. Let's be honest here, Ronbo. Uh, I don't know if he's gonna stay healthy. You know, I don't know, Ronbo.
I don't know. I'm a little worried too because right
Yeah,
now we just know Debo's a fantastic football player and we want the
yeah.
49ers to settle this and let's get to work. But we also know, and we keep it back of our mind, that Debo's the way he plays, and then Kyle's got him out there playing running back. I don't even like him doing that, but he does it so well. He's going to continue to do it. And that's going to
Yep.
put him in danger at all times.
Ronbo, I asked you like this question like a couple months ago, but who would you rather trade for 2 first-round picks? The Jets for the Jets, right? Like
Oh, yeah.
I think they're talking
What are
about
they
trading
picking first?
for one of the wide receivers. Yeah, who would you rather trade? George Kittle or Deebo Samuel to the Jets for 2 first-round picks and maybe
Oh,
I don't
I
know.
wish you wouldn't give me that
Yeah.
kind of choice. Stop, Jerry. Come on, man. Oh, God. Okay. Since you're staying away from both Fred and Nick, if somebody tells me I got to go this route, I got to go offense, I might have to go offense. Yeah. You know what, though? I say, oh, my God. I'd have to sleep on that about a week. Oh, that would be a
Okay.
tough decision to make because both of them are
Well,
going to fetch you a
yeah.
first-round pick, maybe
Mhm.
2.
Yeah. Maybe 2, but I'm pretty sure the Jets have like 2 first-round picks this year. Like, I don't know.
Robert Saleh and Mike McDaniel both. They would take Nick and Deebo in a heartbeat for whatever the 49ers ask.
Nah, I didn't say Nick. I said George Kittle, Ronbo.
I'd say both Nick and George. If I had to make a choice between the two, either one of those coaches would take either one of the guys we're talking about
I
in a
mean, yeah,
heartbeat.
probably, yeah. Yeah, well, you know, yeah, whatever. But, you know, about the draft, you know, I don't know. If there's a good player, you know, available, I'll probably trade up. But, you know, we'll have to
You,
see because I don't know
Yeah, you
what's
have
going
to
to
be.
happen.
A lot of times, I don't even know who they're talking about until it gets to the draft. Some players they draft up for are usually extremely popular. I didn't know Javon Kinlaw. I'd heard about him, saw photos of him before he got drafted. Dante Pettis. I knew about him. I had him in my mock draft myself. When we traded for Reuben Foster, I thought I was going to lose my mind. I said, this guy, we got Reuben Foster. Jesus! I had no idea that was a disaster. So, it really, the draft is a very scary thing.
I would only trade up if, you know, Christian Watson is like in the 40s or 50s, probably. No, not the
Yeah.
40s. I don't know about that, but the
Okay, hey,
50s most definitely.
but
What?
Jay, you're doing what the 49ers are going to do. They're going to watch the board and see how it
Yeah.
goes. They're not going to go for Watson if he's up in the 10, 15 numbers and they can see where
Yeah,
things
not.
are going. There's a trend you can follow in the draft to see what things are going to do. But
Mhm.
I wonder if he gets down to 35 or 40, the 49ers will act quickly. You're probably right. They probably will do whatever they can to get up to
Hopefully. Who knows,
yeah.
but yeah. But, you know, yeah. Pretty much that's it, Rombo. Oh, one more thing, you know, shout out to Embry Thomas, Rombo. Do
Yeah.
you see he's like in
On his way to
Somalia, I'm
Somalia.
pretty sure. Yeah, Somalia, you know, helping out over there.
I'm
That's cool,
impressed.
you know.
Yeah.
Yep. Shout out to him,
Especially,
you know.
yeah, especially at his. I mean, he just got out of school and he's already on a humanitarian trip. I'm proud of him. That's amazing.
Yeah, shout out to him. But I'm about to go, Ronbo. You're gonna
right.
do on Friday, right?
Yeah, we'll be back Friday. Yeah.
Okay. You have a good day,
And
Ronbo.
you too. Night, fam.
Yep. All right.
Yeah. Hey, Javon, come on in, Javon.
Yo, what's
Javon.
going on, Rambo?
Hey, Javon, man, we're looking at the draft, and you know how the 49ers, they go cowboy on you on the draft. There's no telling what they're going to do. And then you look at Deebo. Deebo's, it's in the air now, that you can smell that he's not happy. After Diggs got signed, this is not a coincidence. Stefan Diggs gets signed, and Deebo takes down his 49ers content.
Yeah,
what
I
are the
think
chances
Deebo's
that
trying
being
to
a
stay
coincidence?
focused.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think he's just trying to stay focused on what he needs to be focused on. I mean, I don't think too much of that when it comes to him taking down. I mean, if it was somebody else, like honestly, if it was a quarterback doing that, that's a little bit different because they need to really show a big
Big
sign as
attention.
being a leader, But Deebo doing that, he's just trying to stay focused. There's a whole lot going on social media right now.
But I just
Your
wish you
other
would have waited
caller.
till next week or something, though. You don't have to do that right now. Go ahead.
But no, your other caller was saying how how addictive it is on social media. It's just like
I know. Same
really it
effect as
is.
drugs. I know.
Oh yeah, definitely. Yeah, I mean, shoot, we all constantly just looking at it. So I don't blame him for doing what he did, not at all.
Yeah.
But yeah, I think we could definitely get him paid, as well as Bosa. That would really be really upsetting if we had to let one of them go. I'm not the one to say, hey, fire this guy, fire this guy. But if we end up, not paying Deebo and Bosa, then I'd have to say, hey, something went wrong. We might have to look at firing somebody.
And I'm sure Jeff. I mean, actually, you got to figure Jed York might do that too. Those players aren't going anywhere. What we're going to hear is a lot of noise though between now and the time because the 49ers do drag ass when it comes to signing people. And you know what it does though, Javon?
Big time.
If nothing else, I really wish they get themselves into situations like they're getting themselves into now. What if another wide receiver and somebody just said Cooper Kupp's getting next in line to get paid? Now Cooper Kupp gets some outrageous pay. He is coming. Yeah, he's coming off his rookie contract too. So if he gets paid big bucks, and then Deebo's gonna say so. I'm told that Tyreek and company have been around for a long time. They've earned those salaries. Now, Cooper's getting, what's going on with him? Well, he was the MVP. Okay, that's it. We're done. I don't even know to talk to people anymore. That would piss him off. So I mean, it's a real delicate situation.
Yeah, that would be like that last straw, kind of feeling right there. So, I mean, I hope something like that doesn't happen. I mean, I feel like we can definitely make something work out. And another thing, I really don't think we should even trade up in this draft either. I just think we should just go with these 3 picks we have and try to bet on getting 3 solid starters, and then just try to fill a couple holes that we have with the next few picks. But I think trading up will just I just think it's too risky. I think it's way too risky trying to trade up.
And the thing is, it's since this year is, and the 49ers have been for the last 5 years, been getting their best players in the latter rounds. So maybe, if nothing else,
Right.
trade down.
Yeah. If that, yeah, that's
more
definitely a
picks.
better option than trying to trade up and go for Christian Watson. I think he's going to go early, so I really don't see us having a chance of grabbing him unless we giving up something crucial. So with that, we should use that first pick probably for an O lineman, or either an O lineman or maybe a safety, and that second pick for the other, and then with that third one, someone else we could find in the draft. But I think we could find another receiver later in the rounds, somebody nice that can just take the top off and just be big. Someone different than the receivers we usually have. So I think we could just find that later in the round and stick with it. I really don't think we should trade up for Christian Watson. I don't see that as something we should do.
Because we've already, and think about this for a moment. I don't like to say it because it brings a bad mojo, I get the feeling. But you know how many times have we traded up and we're successful?
Right. It hasn't worked. I mean, it really hasn't worked. Let's see. It looks like Trey Lance may be the only one that made it work. So
And we're still waiting for that to happen, though. He's still got to go ahead and show us that. But when you look at everybody else we've traded up for, even when Solomon Thomas, we traded down for him. That didn't work. Dante Pettis didn't work.
nope.
C.J. Beathard, was it C.J. Beathard we traded up for? You look at Joe Williams. I'm not sure. I thought there was some activity in that. I don't know. Tavares Moore, I think we traded up for him. I think we're still waiting for
Yeah.
Tavares. I like him a lot, though, and I like the way he plays,
Yeah.
and he liked the way he works with Jimmy Ward. So, but every time they've traded up, it was okay, and then all of a sudden the bottom dropped out because Pettis came in
Yeah, it
looking
wasn't
like
really a hit.
gangbusters. You know,
Big
Solomon
time.
Thomas was the Pepsi Player of the Week a few times. You know, and
Turned
then
into
you
a
look
teddy
at Reuben
bear after that.
Foster. Yeah, you know, and then you look at Reuben Foster, who has domestic issues and doesn't know how to pick his women. So, and by the way,
Ridiculous.
ladies, I'm not saying anything about women in general. I mean, I'm just talking about if you're going to go out and find a relationship, find one that's going to be healthy for you. Don't be an idiot. That's all I'm saying.
Yeah.
Ruben was an idiot.
Big time. So yeah, I think we should, these first 3 picks we got, I just feel like we can definitely find 3 solid starters with these first 3 that we have. So I think we should just keep a hold of them, and if anything, like you said, trade down and try to get a couple more picks. So, but I trading up, I would be upset if we traded up, to be honest. I wouldn't. I just feel like we got to fill a few holes, not just one hole, not just 2. We got to fill a few, and then after we fill them few with whatever 3 picks we can get, we'll definitely be in the running.
Well, Chase, you're right. We traded up for Brandon Ayuk, though. So I just saw somebody call me on that in the chat. That's right. Okay, so we got one good damn.
Oh yeah, there we go.
Yeah, Brandon Ayuk.
And I see him exploding. I really exploding this next season. I mean, if you look at that Rams game, man, that whoever was guarding him they couldn't hold him, man. They really couldn't hold him. So that too,
Cowboys game. Did you see that? The dude busted his ankles.
Stefan Diggs was the most efficient corner last season, and he, like I was telling somebody else, he made him look like a late round rookie. So come on now. I just really hope we can just have him connect and really do some damage with him, because he got long reach with his arms. He can jump up and grab the ball.
Got freakish arms. Yeah, he's athletic.
He understands placement with the ball. He can stay in bounds. Well, he has a whole bunch of mechanics that you would like in a receiver.
I think he's gonna be fantastic. He was
good.
Let's
Let's just draft a fast receiver later in the rounds. Like,
yes,
I've been telling folks, look at Tanner Connor. I think he can fall. He seems like a big. Yeah, he's 4'3". So,
as soon as you say 4'3",
I think he's gonna fall.
in.
Exactly. I think he's gonna fall late. So I think we could pick him up late, and I think he'll fit right in. I forgot what college he went to. Yeah. He has nice hands. 6'2", 4'3". He around 200 something pounds. He's big time.
You said 6 what?
6'2".
Oh,
6'2", and he runs a 4'3".
What's going on with these big guys running this?
Definitely look him up.
Jamal, we got to go, man. I tell you, I love it. I can't wait. I got people feed me on the receivers because I'm not doing all these things at once. And I got to look at these receivers. Everybody's
check him
big
out though,
and fast.
Yeah, he's a big dude that's fast. He's from Idaho. Check him out. Look at his highlights. He's definitely looking like he's about to fall. Yeah, Watson's big and fast. He's definitely way better. Watson's definitely way better. But if we get this guy, he'll just be a real dynamic piece for us that we can get later in the draft.
We need a guy just like you described, because we already got guys who can definitely tear people up between Deebo and Ayuk. We need that other guy anyway.
And Jennings is doing his development. So we can definitely make something happen. Just get that O-line first pick. Get that O-line, man. Let's get another O-line to fill in that for Alex Mack or whoever doesn't show out.
All right, Javon. I'll see you Friday.
I appreciate you, Rombo. Shout out to the faithful, man.
Thanks. Night, fam. There goes Javon, and Javon. See, there are those who don't get crazy with these picks. Start doing crazy things. But yeah, Brandon Ayuk is the. In fact, I think Brandon might be the best pick they've ever done as far as trading up goes. Huh. Hey, Tony.
Ronbo, how are you today?
I'm Tony doing all right. I tell you, man. I didn't need to see. See, I'm not going to stress out about Deebo because we went through this. I know how the story ends. We've already went through this with George. We went through this with Fred. And Deebo's going to get treated the same way. Fred probably already called him. Man, what you doing, man? You tripping? What? I seen you, man. You took. Why is everything gone from your account? What are you talking about? Man, they gonna pay you your money, man. You need to chill. I can see that conversation, Because, these are kids coming out of school. Deebo's got a wife and child, and is he getting nervous? Or I'm worried that, like, Pop just said, well, they probably had that conversation with, and Tony, I want to ask you, because you're being on for another club. If Deebo was in your highest talk about after his first rookie contract, and after being susceptible to these sudden, I can't play no more injuries, because you're having a problem with Ridley, so it's a little different. But what do you do with Deebo?
I don't know. We had that Christian Kirk contract going from Arizona to Jacksonville really hurt you guys.
Huh.
That's that. So I don't know how this is going to play out, to be honest. And now, kid in Buffalo just got paid $84 million.
And all of a sudden, Deebo's taking stuff down off of social media. What are the odds that just happened to be what he did, or it just happened to be doing that today or yesterday? I don't know. It's just,
That's what they do now, though. That's what they do now. They take
I know,
stuff
right?
down.
I wish they'd all grow the hell up, is what I wish, Tony. Come on, man. Y'all stop it. You want to make a deal? Then continue to negotiate in good faith. Don't be acting silly and 5-year-oldish. We know you took everything down off your wall because you're mad. Well, grow up. We're talking business here. God.
How you think it's going to play out?
He'll get paid. The 49ers, as I said, they do this with every blue chip player we've had recently since the Shanahan and Lynch regime took over. They always seem to drag. Why, I don't know, and it's not beneficiary. I don't approve of it, but they do it. And then later on, they'll tell Deebo, see, now how do you feel? So you're the highest paid wide receiver of the year. And that's what we want. That's what our attention was with you all the whole time. So, Coach, I was just clowning, you know what I'm saying? Because, I got a lot of pressure over these days because, I just had baby. It's too late. Don't start walking things back. At that point, just say you're sorry. I should have trusted you.
It's these agents telling these players to do this, Ronbo.
I believe you, too. Yes, indeed.
Yeah.
Ain't that the truth?
These agents. But it's something that I saw on the podcast, the Go Downs, of the top 10 free agent signings. There's, you see a bunch of Jacksonville Jaguars in there, those 10 people. 2 of them are Rams. And I say, yep, the Rams are doing something shady, man. There's no way with Allen Robinson and Bobby Wagner. They're top 10.
But there's no way to prove anything unless somebody goes in and actually looks at the books. So I don't know how they're doing these things, and there's no investigation. You notice how the league doesn't investigate anybody? I guess all the numbers are fed into a central data system. I'm not sure about that. I'm just guessing. And then the league will say, because the league is not going to lose any money. Tony, if you owe me a dollar for dollar tax, the league's going to make unbelievable amounts of money if you insist upon rolling over the cap. The penalty is severe. Mm-hmm. So I just don't know. I don't get it.
When is Nick Bosa's due to get paid next year?
No, Nick, there's a 5th-year option. Nick's going into year 4. So in theory, the 49ers don't have to really deal with Nick until next year. In fact, it would be a good idea if they could deal with him this year, because if Nick has another year like he had this year, he's going to get paid. He's going to be too expensive for most teams around the league. And he'd love to play with his brother over the Chargers. So, I don't know if the Chargers can pony up that kind of cash either, though. You going to put over $60 million? What's Joey getting paid? Do you know?
I don't know. I have no idea.
I figure somewhere near 30. You know, you're not going to pay $60 million in edge rushers.
No, not yet. But that could be changing.
I know,
we
right?
never thought receiving $30 million, and now look what's happening.
I know, right? But if you have that kind of receiver, you only have one player in that pay status. You know, nobody else on that team is going to, nor the wide receiver can even expect. That's what Valdez Scantling left Green Bay because he said, I ain't going to get paid here. And he left too soon because Devontae left. Valdez Scantling, you could have probably got paid a little bit more in Green Bay. They sort of traded him, though, didn't they?
Mm-hmm. Yep. So I wonder what's next. Because we're getting close. We got about 3 weeks to the draft. And there's still players out there that's not signed yet, but
lots.
We'll see what happens.
I saw that list last week. A lot of players. How many players? How many players did you guys lose so far that haven't been re-signed by?
Let's see. Is it 2? We lost. Well, we let some people go, like Dante Fowler, because all he was doing was collecting checks, so he had to go. We lost Russell Gage. He went to Tampa, making $30 million. We lost Foye Olakun, the NFL's leading tackle with 192 tackles. He went to Jacksonville. He makes $45 million.
Damn.
Yep. Foye Olakun. Yep. But who we just signed? We just signed Rashard Evans to a 1-year deal. He was Tennessee's first-round pick out of Alabama. Same year Olakun was drafted, 2018. Tennessee didn't re-sign him. So
Rashard Evans. What do I remember about Rashard? What position does he play?
Inside linebacker in the 3-4, came out of Alabama.
Oh, wait. Now I remember him. Right. I do remember him now. Has he blossomed? You don't hear his name a lot, though, around the NFL circles.
He's steady. He makes a lot of tackles. Coverage skills, not that great, but great tackle.
In the NFL nowadays, you really, at that position, you're going to have some athleticism. You just can't be a brute now. You got to be light on your feet and quick. That's why Fred Warner and that type are they are now the prototype of what you want to look for in the draft. The guy can get back in coverage. He's actually just a strong, a very powerful safety is what he is,
That's what Olakun, he can do both. He can cover and, he led the NFL in tackles. Foye Olakun did it all.
It doesn't get any better than that. So, yeah.
Yes, sir. We just couldn't pay him.
Well, Tony, good stuff. I'm going to be looking for more content from you over in Twitter. And thanks, fam. But I'll be back Friday looking for you.
Yeah, I got some good prospects. Defensively, do you want edge rushers, outside linebackers? I know.
At this point, I think an OLB might be a good idea. Why? Because I got plenty of guys who can set the edge. I need that guy that's just crazy getting after that quarterback. And outside linebackers are usually the best at that. Edge rushers are good, but outside linebackers are by nature they're usually a little quicker, a little more agile. So look at both, especially in our defense, unless they change it.
Yep.
Yeah.
And ready to go is past your bedtime. Quit typing. He's down in his mom's basement typing away. Can't make it on the phone.
Go get him, Tony. I'll see you Friday.
All right, take care.
You too. Hey, yo, Ellis. So I just, 90 by Nature says, it says that OBJ is re-signing with the Lambs because he wants to stay with the contender. Or was that a Rams fan saying that? It's only because he couldn't get to Texas. I mean, not Texas, but he couldn't get to Cleveland. Hey, Casey.
Yeah, we're shaking, Ronbo.
Hey, Casey, man, our favorite receiver, yours and mine, has taken down all his 49er paraphernalia off his social media pages. And we're wondering if the 49ers, are they going to trade up? Are they going to sit back quietly? There's a lot of great scenarios to see where the 49ers are going to prove themselves. But what about Deebo? And my question is Deebo entitled to be getting paid the same thing as Tyreek Hill and Stefan Diggs and Devontae Adams? Should he be getting paid that much?
Yes.
Okay. Now,
Sorry, Romo. I'm pulling over right now.
I have no problem with that. I just want to know. Now, the 49ers are probably going to try to use that as leverage. They're saying, Deebo, we do love you, and I tell you what, you'll dwarf what they're getting paid upon your next contract. And of course, everybody knows your next contract is not promised. I could get ran over by a truck that's named Bobby Wagner or something. So yeah.
Well, Rumble, it's pretty crazy nowadays. Jerry Rice made a total of $48 million in his career.
I know, right?
So Tyreek Hill just got, $30 million for a season? Is that what he got? Or
it's so sad.
$25 million. That's pretty nuts, Rombo.
And Casey, what they're getting paid now is going to look like small money in 10 years. That's the way the NFL goes.
They said the first player to ever get paid for football got paid $10.
And that's something? They've come a long way. God. 100 mil used to be like crazy money in just about every professional sport. Man, now you look at the NBA players getting over $200 million. $200 million to play basketball. Steph Curry got that contract.
I'm not sure if this...
Ooh.
I feel like it's got to be pretty awkward for people like George Kittle, like when the team gets together. I don't know.
How come?
There's a lot of people that feel like that they've already made it and stuff once they get there. And there's a lot of people that,
And George Kittle doesn't have to play football anymore. George Kittle, Vince McMahon is probably asking him every week, George, listen, you can come and work with us on a part-time basis if your ownership will allow that. Vince set you?
Well,
yeah, of course.
What's the word? Players get complacent sometimes, after they get paid.
Especially when they got options.
So there's that to worry about, There really is that to worry about.
Casey,
Eric Armstead was kind of like that, I feel like. But anyway.
You think so? But Eric Armstead, he's come back. He's come back a little bit. But Beal's just had a child.
Yeah.
He might be motivated to go. He might go nuts.
Oh, he's tired. Yeah. No, this last year was better.
Yeah.
But I hope they draft a kicker, Ronbo. And Ronbo, can you tell me? can you tell me what's this stuff about Jimmy's shoulder? Did he kind of go like without the Niners okay to get the surgery, and that's what's held up everything? He's like, I wish this wasn't happening to Trey, and I wish this wasn't happening to Jimmy. But if Jimmy kind of just went and got the shoulder surgery and before the Niners knew,
he informed
exactly,
them. They know better. They wouldn't. He wouldn't mess with the
team.
Are
you
like
sure?
That. Well, they haven't said anything otherwise.
I thought I heard something that said Jimmy did that.
Yeah, but they're pretty open and honest between
Jimmy
and the 49ers.
I thought that Jimmy got surgery without telling the team. I thought I heard that within the last few days.
I can't
forget
deny
where I heard it, but
I can't deny or confirm that.
I think it was the SF9. I think it was the SF9ers that said it.
Really? Well, that's interesting. Well, they don't seem too pissed off. If I'm the 49ers and you did that without permission, I'd be raving mad. I don't know. I don't know.
Yeah, but yeah, I don't know. I think that might come out though soon. I wouldn't be surprised if that happened. I wouldn't be surprised if Jimmy did that.
Well, I would. I'd be shocked. And I say that because the fact
is,
why?
Why would you be shocked though?
Well,
just because you think Jimmy's better than that? Jimmy needs to protect himself.
I don't think. I think he wanted to leave. I really do.
That's like rule number 1, right? Self-preservation.
Yeah, but as I say, I think he wants to go. I don't think he wants to belabor this.
Yeah, but what if he did that just so he didn't go to the Commanders or something?
Well, the Commander deal came up before he did that, right?
Or what if he's just killed 2 birds with 1 stone, get the surgery and ensure that I don't go to the Commanders,
No, the Commanders already picked up their quarterback. Yeah, I didn't really.
I'm just saying, I wouldn't put it past him. Like, you know what I mean?
He maybe. You can't say anything's impossible, but the way the 49ers are reacting to it, it's as if they said, "Go ahead."
Well, they're not going to react negatively. Like, they've already taken this long. Like, you know what I mean? Like, they're not.
I mean,
they've already kind of got their foot in their mouth. Like,
no, in fact, Kyle's talking like Jimmy's going to come in. Kyle, you're going to
Kyle's talking like the last 2 months hasn't happened. Like,
yeah, right. He's talking like, well, I won't. No, I'm not about to name my starting day quarterback. We never do that.
And Kyle, and he's like, no, we'll literally never do that. Kyle, come on, man. Like, throw me a bone here, man. Like, just say trades and start week 1. Like, we might have Jimmy. Like, how hard is this to say? Like,
that's why I'm saying I doubt Jimmy wants anything more to do with this. He's probably looking at this as a fiasco. I really don't think he cares to be around here any longer. He said his goodbye
I don't think so either,
weeks before he had the surgery. He may like his guys, but Jimmy's not crazy about staying with the 49ers.
Yeah, but this is how susceptible players are to what their agents can tell them. You never know. Like, Sherman, doesn't have an agent and stuff. Like, some agents and stuff, like, that's what. Remember, Raheem Mostert was pushing for his contract extension and stuff. And look, now Raheem's not here. Well, his agent got paid. And his agent was pushing for a contract before he finished out his contract, and he was getting hurt all the time.
That's true, but you know what? If there is something wrong with his shoulder and he goes gets a physical, he's not going to.
Jimmy's agent wants another $125 million contract.
Where'd you hear that?
Okay,
here's the thing, though.
That's just how his agent thinks.
Well, true, all of them do. But if you get traded to another team, they're going to do it. They're going to perform a physical first, and then if you fail the physical, the deal's not going to go.
No, but his agent is smart. His agent's real smart because he got him that no trade clause. That was huge, Ronbo.
Oh, well, yeah,
that was really huge.
How many quarterbacks don't have that though?
Yeah,
or at least franchise quarterbabers.
Yeah, so
that's the only reason why they signed.
I gotta go pick somebody up right now. I'll talk to you later, Ronbo.
All right, guys. I'll be back Friday looking for you. All right, fam. Have a great night.
Sounds good. Adios.
Adios. Hey, Jason.
Hey, what's up, man?
Jason, we ain't heard from you in a long time. How you doing?
Good, man. I just working.
All right.
Yeah.
So Jason, man, we're looking at Deebo's sudden. Okay, y'all go act like that. Stefan just got paid. Tyreek done already got paid. Devontae got paid. Who gonna get paid next before I get paid? Okay, I'm no longer.
It's a business, man. It's a business. It's a business. This is what I would do. I'm more Belichick and Bill Walsh than anything, man. I don't believe a wide receiver should be paid 40% of the team's salary. So what I would do is trade Deebo, cut Jimmy, get our offensive line right. I like Brandon Ayuk. I like what Kittle brings. Jennings, I would go sign Julio Jones for a 1-year deal. Let's prove it. See if he can still do it. I would get the guy from North Dakota. I can't remember his name right now. Brain fart. The receiver.
The wide receiver. Watson. That's Christian Watson.
This is what I learned from Belichick. And I don't even like New England, but I have to respect Bill Walsh, Belichick. Is when that player becomes bigger than the team, the skill set is, can you find another player to replace him? Because you can't sign. Listen, we got Bosa. That's eating up. We got to sign Bosa. Don't forget that.
Yeah.
Jimmy, we still got him on the team. What are we going to do with that? We're ultimately going to just wind up trading him to probably the Steelers for like a 6th-round pick. Who knows? Or cutting him. Yeah, cutting him would probably be what happens. We go in. It's kind of not a total. What do they call that when you're starting all over? Rebuilding. It's not like we're rebuilding, so I'm not panicking. We just need to put pieces around and replace guys. Tart is out of here. Hufanga is not the guy. He's not it. He's not who we need coverage-wise. Hitting-wise, I love his heart. He can hit. He's after it. He reminds me of Palomalu a little bit, but he doesn't have the speed. So I would get better back there. I would free up. Come on, we're going to pay Deebo $140 million for a wide receiver. Are we going to do that? We got too much to play.
I'm pretty sure they're not.
Yeah, so We can't afford Deebo. Let him go to a team like the Lions or somebody who can pay him $140 and watch the Barry Sanders show. Yay, Deebo! and never have an O-line. You're never going to have consistency and continuity in the caliber of your team. Like New England kept it here. You know, they went from Fred Taylor to Blount. You know, Blount, I can't remember his first name. Blount and all these good running backs. I would trade Deebo for Saquon and a first rounder. We got our running back.
Make sure you get that first rounder, though. Yeah.
Get a first rounder for him and move on, man. I love Deebo. I love him, but it's a business. I can't afford you, Deebo. I got to pay both. If I'm going to spend that kind of money, it's going to be at the defensive line position, something like that. O-line, D-line. Receivers, they oh, my hamstring. Oh, my hammy. Sorry. Get him out of here. Take that hammy to Miami with
Jason, let me ask you this, though. What is it with the 49ers waiting so long? Now, they watch, there's a fourth potential receiver about to get signed. Why do they wait until the money goes up? And it's just going up organically because the fact is they're waiting too long to sign Deebo.
I have these same questions about the front office, honestly. Why they're waiting to get involved with the game, the free agency market. We don't have any early picks, although I guess they're banking on their late rounders. Like they've accumulated these late what do you call the picks? You know, they give you the picks after you lose a player.
Compensatory.
Compensatory picks. So we got these. I guess they're banking on finding all these George Kittle and Dre Greenlaw guys, and the running back. I like the running back we got too. Let's not forget, we got a good running back. I don't like
Mitchell.
that we weren't using number 22, Jeff Wilson. I don't know why we put all that pressure.
Well, you know what? He was hurt last year. He'll probably get more playing time this year, though. But,
so was Mitchell. Mitchell kept getting.
Hey, there's one thing you got to get used to. This is going to be all the time. Maybe he gets stronger this year. Mitchell, they put him in the refrigerator after every game, and then they take him out Friday evening and thaw him out.
I would like.
He's amazing. I've never seen anything like that before. You hear about Mitchell missed practice today. And he missed practice today, and he'll be a game-time decision. Sure enough, it's game-time decision. Yeah, Elijah's playing. I said, how did he do that? And look at him. He looks like as fresh as could be.
Yeah, I like our running back. But Deebo shouldn't be our running back for sure. We could play him on his last year and then just take that loss and run for a Super Bowl. But I would trade him now, get a first-rounder and a player, go get that receiver, because he's running a 4-2? Of what?
Which
6'5"? Who that remind you of? 6'4", 210 pounds, running
Randy
a 4.
Moss. Yeah.
Light-skinned Randy Moss. Let's go. I would go get him. I love Deebo, man. I really do. If I meet Deebo, I don't have no problem telling him, yo, I love you, dude. I love you, man. Sorry, I can't. That's what I told my ex-wife. I said, I'm sorry, I can't afford you. And that's the wife piece. She could go, Deebo could go. Deebo could go.
But Jason, here's the thing. Kyle's gonna say, listen, I really need Deebo, and we need to see if we can work something out with him, because Kyle loves Deebo. Like,
it's a business. It's a business. You got Jed York in his ear. Think about it. The numbers. Does it make numeric sense that we pay? What did this guy? Because he should get paid. I'm not saying Deebo shouldn't get paid. I respect that. Deebo should get paid. DJ Jones should get paid. Arden Key should have got paid. Guys got him. DeForest Buckner. We lost DeForest Buckner because we cannot pay a guy that much money. We had to decide. Eric Armstead or Buckner. We can't have. We did it back in the days with Stubblefield and Brian Young, though, but that was a different era.
Jason, you don't need to pay. I don't need to take a cap hit for Deebo to be paid. Like, look, Stefan Diggs is getting paid $21, but they paid him, guaranteed him $70 million. I don't think the 49ers are crazy about guaranteeing people huge amounts of money, and I noticed that. But the 49ers
Deebo's out of here.
Jason's already got him
gone.
out.
We can't have. Yo, what? Tyreek Hill got what? $120 million. Deebo's he's not Stephon Gilmore.
You know what? At
He's
some of these owners'
more
meetings,
Tyreek Hill. Deebo's more Tyreek Hill.
I agree, but you know what? These these owners meetings, they need to get together and have some conversations. If we want to keep primetime players, I'm gonna look over at Jerry Jones and some other people. Man, you got to stop paying people and guarantee. And over in Cleveland, what the hell did y'all do? $250 million guaranteed. How am I sign anybody in the future? And that's gonna come back to bite you in the ass as well. I would start. I'd be with the worst owner at the table because hey, Ronbo, man, if you don't want to attend this meeting, we could just go ahead and wait till you leave to have it. You know, you guys are killing me.
And notice how quick the language changes. They paid Deshaun Watson all his money, but he sat out a year. But nobody even bothered to mention that with him.
See?
He sat out a year. So I wouldn't,
and
I
he
wouldn't
still got
paying a
situation hanging over his head a little bit. You know,
the quarterback, he's gonna not have any players to play around him. Just
I know
like
that's what you got to think of. You're right about that, Jason. Absolutely
Aaron Rodgers. Right. He can't afford his Jerry Rice guy, Adams.
And we got to go. But you're so right. And Aaron Rodgers is a jerk. He really is. I can't believe he did what he did. He just took his. That's something for another day. I'll tell you what. Hey, guys, good hearing from you. I'll see you Friday. Yeah. If you got some time.
All right, brother. Glad to have you back, man.
Thanks, fam. Have a great night. Peace. All right. Yo, Ellis.
Oh boy.
Ellis, did we just wake you up? Ellis? Ellis. Okay, Ellis, we'll be back. All right. It's time for some comedy relief.
Let's get it, Ronbo.
All the way from the deserts of Arizona.
Hey,
he doesn't
Deebo
like.
Coming to Arizona for a first-round pick.
He's not impressed by the Phoenix Suns, but he does have something to say about the Cardinals. Hey, Sean.
What up, Ronbo? What up, Ronbo?
Sean.
Deebo coming to Arizona for a first-round pick.
Hey, okay, Sean. Well, it take more than a first-round pick. Deebo's like he'd make all the difference in the world in your ball club. You know that, don't you?
Yeah, because now we got Rondale Moore, Deebo Samuel, and DeAndre Hopkins.
That's frightening. I don't want you to have that, Sean. You're not getting it.
Hey, it's going to happen, Ronbo.
Sean, you know there's no way the 49ers are going to trade anybody of worth to Arizona. It's not going to happen.
Who knows? Seahawks cut Bobby Wagner, and he went to the Rams. Who knows in this league now?
Hey, I tell you what, Sean, I'm starting to wonder about. I smell a rat now. Why did they let Bobby Wagner go? They didn't even call him and tell him to let him go.
They didn't even call him.
Yeah, that's why I'm thinking. There's something strange about all of that.
So what are they gonna do? Trade Jamal Adams to the Rams now? Like that would be scary. That would be scary in my opinion. Jamal Adams, Jalen Ramsey, Bobby Wagner, Aaron Donald. I'm not wanting that.
You know what? This is one of those situations where they actually would run out of money now. All right, Jamal Adams is asking for top dollar. You got Aaron Donald's already asking for top dollar. Between those four players, they haven't paid Cooper Kupp yet. Between those four players, you just about ate up the entire cap.
Yeah, but somehow they're figuring out a way. Maybe what they're doing is maybe the owner is selling part of his ownership. Who knows?
Well, the thing is, if you did it 1 year at a time, but these guys are all going to be on all those cap hits going to be the same year. This is what most teams are doing. They avoid the multiple cap hits. They'll take them over the cap, and that gives you time to get rid of players the next year and bring in some minimum contract people.
Yeah, but we're not doing anything. So I don't know what the Cardinals are doing. We have a general manager who's got his head so far up his butt he doesn't know what he's doing. We paid him for the next 5 years.
Sean, you got to give him credit though. Last year, you guys had an arsenal. It was just
I give him credit.
Chandler Jones and JJ
you have so many more free agents you have to sign, and you're not doing anything. Like our pass rushing group right now is Dennis Gardeck and Marcus Golden. I'm not putting that against the Trent. I'm not putting that against the Trent Williams. No.
Yeah, you know what I'm impressed with though. the Cardinals are actually doing like other teams. They like the Rams and the Cowboys, some of these teams. And you're looking and you're counting the money as you're looking at your screen, John. You're watching their defensive line and you're looking at every player there and you're thinking about who's on offense, their wide receiver group, and everybody's getting a $100 million contract. You're trying to understand. The math just doesn't add up. And all I can think about is criminal activity, but nobody can do anything about it in those continuing teams.
Yeah.
And I was even thinking about your team last year. I was trying to understand how you guys, D-Hop and everybody else you've got on this team. But then again, that's why Kyler Murray's all pissed off.
Yeah, he's like, you're not bringing any help for me. I'm not going to throw the ball. Like if Steve Keim was smart, he would sign Julio Jones and he would sign Jarvis Landry. Because Jarvis Landry,
Jarvis wants more than 1 year contract.
2 year contracts, and just be like, hey, I'm able to go. Julio more than Jarvis because Jarvis was with Cleveland. I haven't really seen a lot from Julio. Like Julio's when back with an Atlanta, when Larry was playing with us, he's like, that's the best receiver I've ever seen.
Yeah.
He was a monster.
And Fitz was great.
Atlanta.
If he says that, yeah.
So I'm like, if my roster, if my offense can include Kyler Murray, Rondale Moore, D-Hop, Zach Ertz, James Conner, and Julio, I'm taking that 9 times out of 10.
You should.
My defense. Our defense is terrible right now. If Byron Murphy is your guy and you're saying, hey, Byron Murphy is going to guard this DK Metcalf kind of guy, no, he's going to get pushed out the club.
Sean,
he's going to get thrown out the club. He's going to do whatever.
Sean, let me tell you, your biggest problem is, Buda Baker used to give George fits. George used to finally win the battle, but for 4 quarters, Buda Baker be all over George, and it did slow him down, and he hurt George. So without Buda Baker, have you concerned yourself with that just to add to your misery?
Now that you're saying it, no. But I'm also kind of not thinking about it because once Deebo gets traded to the Arizona Cardinals, it's going to be all funny games.
You won't need
hold on. Could you imagine? This is our new roster for 2022.
Sean,
D-Hop,
30 seconds.
Deebo, and Julio.
I already told you that. I applaud that. Okay, well, let's see what happens. And if it happens, I will say.
What kind of corners you got to guard Deebo and D-Hop and Julio?
Well, those kind of corners don't exist.
Patrick.
So, yeah. The best, and that goes for Jalen Ramsey and anybody else he has helping with. They're all going to get beat up.
But,
anyway, Sean, we got to go, though. We're running over time. Come on back Friday. We're looking for you, okay?
Yeah.
All right,
later.
Go Suns. Night.
Hey, let's talk about this now. We're not talking about no Suns.
You got
are you a Diamondback? Milwaukee.
You like the Diamondbacks, don't you? I knew it. Right.
The Diamondbacks can move. They can move to San Francisco. They'll move to the Bay Area with the 49ers. They'll become the new 49ers.
Sean, have a great night. I'm out of here. You're out of here. We'll talk to you later. You got to admit, these guy's hilarious. Hey, yo, Ellis.
Ron Bizzle.
Hey. Let's come on in, man. You guys, he's got the squad with him. You guys out having dinner, buying up food, ain't you?
Man, I got my son Josh. He's half asleep. I got Ijani. She's knocked out.
Mm-hmm.
And Maya and Zamora, they still awake.
See, and you're thinking the more you feed them, the more they're going to pass out.
Tacos.
Yep, tacos will do it too.
She's got that eating tacos.
Yeah, do it. Tacos, and then get a nice thick shake to go with it. They'll be unconscious an hour later.
Right. I just finally got done eating. I got it. The parents eat last.
Yeah, I know, right?
So I just got done finally getting a chance to eat mine.
And that's a good parent. I always make the kids eat first. In our family, it was always the youngest guy that played first too. Put that chicken back.
Yeah.
Mom, I was just put that back. He gonna take both legs.
Right.
That's too bad.
Yep.
So you know.
Yeah, Z got hers first. You already know.
Yeah. But that was.
Yes,
So listen, you know, we're looking at Deebo acting out because he's not happy, I don't think. And people are going to say, it's probably nothing to do with what's going on, but it is. Because the timing is too ironic. And then also, hey, Alice, the 49ers, as far as dealing in the draft goes, you think the 49ers are going to sit back quietly and just go through the picks they got? Or are they going to go wild? Because I got a feeling the 49ers getting ready to put on a show this year. Because this is the first year they had no first-round pick. And you know they want players.
Woo. Well, after what I just heard regarding Deebo unfollowing,
you unfollow Deebo too?
It doesn't sound too promising. So it looks like we might be dancing, and we could potentially be dancing around in the first round, this year a little bit, and get some picks. If we end up not signing them, then we'll be masquerading at the ball.
Ellis, let me ask you this: You ever heard that song by Journey? When the lights go down in the city and the sun shines on, that's going to be what you see. The lights are going to go out. I can see the whole city going black as soon as, and in fact, across the whole Niner Empire, as soon as Deebo's shipped off to wherever, that's going to bother people. I think Jed York will probably look at that as a PR nightmare. It is business.
Well, and what I mean, hopefully he's not trolling. Maybe he switched his account, but I mean, did something with his account, or something happened.
Maybe it's redecorating.
Not long ago, he said, y'all, I ain't going nowhere. Stop tripping or whatever. But it's like, we can't really tell. And unfortunately, we kind of up and down with paying people, that we need to be
every
paying.
Year.
And we didn't pay KB. He went to the Patriots. We didn't pay. We didn't pay him. We didn't pay a lot of guys even this year that we needed. We didn't pay DeForest.
Yeah, KB cleared as well too.
They know we funny with the money. We're a little funny with the money over here.
But you know what? There's a way to get people to sit patiently. I don't know. What do you say to a player? To I don't know. I don't know who does the negotiating with the agents or what. Is that John and Parag?
It's kind of strange because it's like, was the Stefan Diggs pay? Was his payday like not appeasing or something? What was the problem with it? I mean, shit, he got almost $100 million for 4 years. What's the problem?
And you can do that style. You don't have to take
not liking that.
I mean, the thing is, Stefan got $21 million. That's not a cap hit like Devontae and Tyreek are setting up, but his incentives, guaranteed monies, those are the kind of things you do. You don't need to sit there and trip. Give something that's going to work for the organization, and it's going to keep him happy. I mean, that doesn't. I really do think, Ellis, that they're saying, okay, Deebo, we want you to have what we think it's coming to you. But listen, those guys you're thinking about are guys, are veterans, have been around for a while and have proven to the NFL that they are who they are, and understand you are too. But we need to see a little bit more, a little longer before we start paying out $30 million contracts. And
well, that's what I'm saying. That's a problem. It's like, hopefully. Look, I love Deebo, man, and I think he's a great player. I think he's amazing. He's phenomenal, spectacular, one of one, and all that. Yeah. There's not a lot of guys like Deebo. What we need to see, though, like you just got done saying, is can he do it
over a sustained period of time?
4 out of 5 years straight? Because Stefan Diggs has been balling since he came in the league.
Yeah.
Devontae Adams has been balling since he came in the league. Wait till
Tyreek
Justin
Hill.
Jefferson, Tyreek Hill's been balling since he came in the league. Justin Jefferson, what's he looking like? Was he next year? He's next year with Brandon.
Oh, that's right. Justin's next year. And they may not wait to sign him, too.
Imagine how much money he's going to get paid.
Yeah.
That's what I'm saying. He's going to break the bank, too. But I'm just saying that, Justin Jefferson's been healthy since he's been here.
I know, right?
Deebo has been a kind of up and down. So I'm just saying it's a bargaining tool. It's like, hey, well, you kind of, and it's effed up because we know his potential and how great he really is, and what have you. But it's like at the end of the day, or however, I'll say, Deebo,
I got 2 years from
take the bag.
Yeah.
Yeah, seriously. Take the bag and cool out, and then come back and show us what you really made of. Give us 3-4 years of that. Go out your whole contract, and then you can get 150 M's or something like that. 160 M's. If you can show us that you can do 3 or 4 years, then we're gonna give you the yacht. We're gonna give you the most expensive yacht money that you ever. But it's I just feel like it's going to get messy, Ronbo. I'm not going to lie.
It is.
And I just
we
hope
thought the same thing about George, too, and Fred, and that worked out.
Well, but but George and Fred didn't unfollow, the Niners on Instagram. Deebo's a little, he's not as quiet or in-house with it. You know what I'm saying?
Well,
Deebo
like
will tell on
says,
himself
it was
on
an
Instagram.
Move. It really was.
Yeah, well, that's what I'm saying. So this isn't a guaranteed, situation that's going to get rectified. I say, give him 100, give him a little over 100 mil for 4 years, just so that he's not neck and neck with Stefan Diggs. Even though that's still a lot of money, and Stefan Diggs has actually had more of a healthier, cleaner bill of health than Deebo.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, what Deebo did versus what Stefan did is. Stefan's great, man. Don't get me wrong.
Oh,
he just didn't do what Deebo has done for us. He just didn't do what Deebo did for us and his team. And how do you replace Deebo Samuel? What do you do if you're Kyle Shanahan? You're not going to replace him in his draft.
Nope.
So you're going to give up a one-on-one talent, a generational talent that you're not going to probably see again. Mm-hmm. So is Kyle willing to do that? Are they willing to let that go and kind of fall at the wayside instead of just pay the man? They got to do it.
I'm pretty sure they're going to do that. But Deebo's got to learn to don't start acting like other people. One thing I liked about our team for the last few years, we didn't have players losing it before they got paid. Fred and George was cool. Everybody said, well, they ain't going to report to camp if they don't get paid, at least get a salary or contract settlement before camp starts. And that's only 3 weeks away, Ellis. What am I talking about? That's next 2 weeks. April 19th, voluntary conditioning starts.
Yeah,
and if
he's not going to be there.
Yeah, no.
It's going to be Trey and Brandon Ayuk, man. They're going to be. Them two are going to be special this year because
they have to.
And Elijah Mitchell, all the rookies. Trey Sermon. They're all going to be out there. They're going to be, working together, trying to get ready for the season while all of the politics and the money and stuff, gets taken up by, the other guys and stuff, looking for that check. And, it's a shame that if Deebo's thinking that from what he did just this one season, that that there's no negotiations and that it's like, this is all I'm accepting, then he's probably going to have to find himself a new home, unfortunately. Not that I want that, but I just think because of the way we do business here.
But he is our go-to guy. And we didn't go to him as much as we probably should have, actually. So
shit, we don't got Raheem Mostert no more. We got less to depend on. If we lose Deebo, they're gonna be talking about us. We're gonna drop. Shit, we're gonna drop into in the 12, 13, 14, 15 range or something at a minimum. You know what I mean? We'll be out of the talks for sure. They're gonna be like, I can't believe they let Deebo Samuel go. The 49ers, did they just blow the next? We'll be headlining.
It'll affect
we
us.
We will be the talk of town.
And especially
DK Metcalf doesn't have that kind of effect. DK Metcalf, nobody's going to care if DK's gone. Nobody's going to care if AJ Brown's gone. Nobody's going to care that he left Tennessee or any of that. But if Deebo leaves San Francisco, whoever picks him up,
impact. I know. Well,
man, come on.
But else we got to go. I'll tell you what. I'm going to see if Friday and Deebo could get signed tonight. Because on the 49ers, they like to get them early in the morning, like 3 o'clock in the morning deals done. So,
Man, just pay the man. Just pay the man, dude.
I think they're
Stop
going
playing.
to. I'm pretty sure they're going to.
Yeah, man.
So,
let's say our prayers, y'all. Hopefully, we don't wake up to no crazy news. You know what I'm saying? And that package will be, probably unbelievable. It won't be a Russell Wilson package or anything, but you can rest assured we get we get at least 3 to 5, 4 or 5 picks, 2 first rounders. You know what I mean? A second rounder. A fourth, and you know what I'm saying, some other stuff.
Everybody looking forward to trading him now. I want to wait and see if he's going to get a deal done. But he would get a first round pick for him right away.
Yeah, I'm not down with trading because I think we're in a good space right now. We can still do something. Well, I'd rather get rid of Dre Greenlaw, give us a 3rd pick. Let's put some picks together. Let's get up in the 2nd round again. And, or whatever, late first or whatever they want to do, find another way to do it. Don't get rid of Deebo to try and get draft capital. It's not that damn serious. At least really it's not right now.
All right.
All right, for sure, fam.
So,
yes,
Zamari, Joshua, Johnny, I'm going to see y'all Friday if you got some time. And I know
we'll be here Friday. I'm gonna come in on the video.
All right.
This time.
All right.
Yeah, we're gonna zoom in one time.
All right.
Okay, champ. Appreciate you as always, man. Make sure y'all hit the like and subscribe. Thank you, Ronbo, man. Love you, bro.
Fam. Back at you, fam.
Man, y'all be good out there. Shout out to the Niner faithful, man. Peace and love to all y'all.
Yeah.
And Rudy, man.
I think he got that. I think the cigar might have set that place on fire. Maybe Rudy can't answer here now.
He's got curtains on a steel wall. He drew an outline of a window, and he's in there. You know what I mean? All right, fam.
I tell you what, y'all have a great night. All right, fam.
You too, champ. Appreciate
it. Yo, T-Flow and Ali.
Hey, Ronbo.
Yeah, what's up, Ronbo? How's it going?
T-Flow, man, we're I know this has probably bothered you right away, as Deebo is showing signs of unhappiness, and Stefan Diggs just got a new contract today, and so you know how when we were kids. Like, in fact, you probably had the same. I remember Frank was my neighbor. Frank got a new Wilson glove to play baseball, right? Frank got a brand new Wilson glove, and my mom got me some off-brand glove because it was cheaper, and I was so mad. So I'm thinking, I'm 11 years old, and I'm acting like I know about gloves, but I didn't know Wilson glove was the best glove I got. So, Deebo's looking at all right, y'all, I'm looking Tyrese. I'm looking at Devontae. Now, I ain't saying I'm Devontae. I ain't saying I'm Tyrese. I ain't even Stefan. Point is, they got paid, and they're not sitting around waiting. What's up? I mean, how come we can't get nothing done? T-Flow, is Deebo out of line, or do you think they need to pay him now? And T-Flow, are you talking about any trade-ups or anything like that in the draft coming up?
I would tell Deebo, hey, you know what? You better tell your agent to pick you up because you tripping, homie. Because you know what? You hadn't even played a full 16 season. These guys have. These guys were balling out like other callers were saying since day one. You did good, but it wasn't the best your rookie year. You weren't like a possible MVP candidate or rookie of the year candidate. You weren't close to it. And you had one great year, which is this year.
But then again, now MVP conversation this year, though. I just thought about that.
Yeah, this year. This year. This is a great year that you had. So this is 1 out of 4 years. All right. So basically, you're telling me you want to be wide back, correct? Because he wants to be wide back because that's the position that he wants. He wants to run the ball. All right, check it out. Anybody who runs the ball gets hurt. All right? He's going to get hurt with his quads because this guy gets a lot of quad injuries ever since college. All right? Ever since college. I'm like, look, we don't have to sign you because you're under contract. All right? So you have this year. You want to play with your money? This is where Texas Hold'em should come in. All right? You want to play with the money because I think if he doesn't report, doesn't he lose money?
It's right? You fines. Yeah, you get fined on every day that you miss.
You get fined.
That's not till mandatory camp, I think. Yeah.
So basically, I would have been like, you want to play your cards? That's cool because we got Brandon Ayuk training with Trey Lance. They're already developing a rapport, right? So basically, you want your money right now, but can there be some incentives for me to save it? So if you get injured for each game, you're gonna give back money to us because.
But you can, but you know, on that note, T-Flow, though, you can also say, listen, here's the incentives. If you play the full schedule,
you play
this
full
amount of money is going to be available to you. And, you know, that way the 49ers protect themselves because Deebo does get hurt, and sometimes he has gone on for a little bit. He got hurt last year, actually, and he still played. But, yeah, he could go for those incentives. You can load his contract with incentives. You don't have to give him any flat rate that's going to kill the cap anyway.
Like, look, I would be like, look, as of right now, the way your numbers is, like a year, you're worth $20 million a year. Because you're not healthy enough. Right. 2, you're gonna play another position, which adds more toll to your body.
But Tifo, that's not his fault though. That's what Kyle asked him to do.
Yeah, but what if they ask him? Like he was 100% sure. He's called a white back.
Well, I mean, because
he was
Kyle,
proud of it.
It was because Kyle assigned him to do those things. If anything,
but
John and Brock probably said, listen, you might lighten up on him running the ball a lot, though. If we're going to pay him that kind of money.
But what's the politically correct answer he should have had? You know what? I'm a wide receiver, but I'll do whatever it takes. I'll do whatever Kyle wants me to do. But I'm a wide receiver.
Well, you know, the thing is,
that's the political answer he should have had.
It lends to the importance he places on the team because if I do more than just wide receiver, then now, and that's going to give him latitude. And he's probably thinking, look, I do more than just wide receiver. Just like George Kittle, same thing. George does more than just catch the ball.
And look at George Kittle's numbers; they went down. They went down. He was a top tight end when the first 3 years in the league.
That was
like nobody could guard him.
But Tifo, that was largely due to Deebo coming into vogue a little more heavier than he was the year before. Well, he got hurt the year before, but I mean, since year one, Deebo was pretty instrumental in year one, 2019, the Super Bowl year. But the thing is, Deebo this year, he showed all the way out that he is the guy. So
exactly, he's the guy, but he's playing another position that's going to add more. Remember, Deebo's known for quads. Deebo's known for what can we call it? Gaining weight, right? So everybody knows, like he's been pulling quads. We don't want another Mike McGlinchey coming up where we give him a big contract and now we're stuck with it because he tore his quad.
He's got a program going on now where he knows how to keep himself down. He knows he's got to keep his weight down if he's going to stay on the field, and also he's got to do a lot of work with a lot of kinesiology. He's got to keep those muscles limber, but. The problem is, Tiflo, is his value to the team is really, it goes beyond.
No, it's really high. It's really high, but check it out. Like, I would tell the front office this. Look, he had one great year out of 5. You don't want to bust another Jimmy Garoppolo where basically this guy had one good year. You give him a top contract like he's Peyton Manning or something, where you give him a no-trade clause, you give him all this guaranteed money up front, whatever, where he only played six total games in his career. And you're going to give him a top salary contract where basically right now, Jimmy can go into camp right now and say, you know what, I'm getting thumb surgery. Now the 49ers have to pay him a full $26 million for that year because he got surgery. So that's why the Niners got to somehow cut bait with him, either trade him or cut bait with him.
Yeah,
because
but he can pass the physical by day one.
Hey, Ronbo, hey, you know what? I gotta get thumb surgery now. I gotta repair my torn ligament. So what does that do? Guarantee money, $27 million.
Could be. I mean, you never know. So I don't know what goes on amongst those players.
And with Deebo, it's like, look, I'm gonna give you incentives for you to work it, right? You want that? You want that money? What? Are you afraid to bet on yourself? Is it because you know you will get hurt? You will miss games. So like what? You don't want to get at least what? 100 some.
He's got a family now. You don't want to run that kind of a risk, because in football, everybody's susceptible to getting hurt. So you got to be careful with that. Though.
Yeah, but he's still gonna get money. Like even if he gets paid $45 million guaranteed, that's still great. But he's gonna get more than that guaranteed. So what more do you need for your family to get
Yeah, and I always wonder about these guys. Well, living in Cali, the taxes are crazy. Deebo, we're going to run out of time, though. Deebo, I'll be back Friday. Deebo he might get signed between now and then, especially after taking all his stuff off of social media. Boy, that is good.
Nah, I have a feeling they're gonna play some good hardball poker because look, like I would have been like, look, you had one good year out of 5 years. You haven't proven that you can stay healthy. You just finally hit 1,000 once, and now you deserve more
Top
than Adam.
You know,
more than Tyreek Hill. Where these guys been doing this since day one.
Like I said, T-Flo, it's these other owners that are making it rough on each other. You know, guys like. You can't be paying people that kind of money because you make it rough all over the league. Anyway,
yeah, but that's why you got to go through. That's why you got to go through what they've been through from other players. What have you done? What have you done? Seriously, and they're probably going to bring that argument up. To get more than Devontae Adams.
But you're trying to remember, T-Flo, you're trying to get him to sign the contract, not piss him off. So you got to be careful what you say.
No, yeah, that's why you have to get the incentives. You got to bust the Richard Sherman made it out. Like he did the blueprint.
He's his own
agent.
This
is what you're worth right here. You believe you're worth this, so bust the incentives. 16 games, another million.
I hate to stop you, but I see you get ready to go to the next concept. Let me see back. Save some of it. I'll see you Friday. All right.
All right, Ronbo. Have a good night.
You too. Night, Allie.
Night.
Night.
Good night.
Let's
get a little Niner shout out, baby.
Oh yeah. Niner. T-Flo and Allie, y'all have a good night.
Good night.
Good night.
All right. Hey, Bethel.
Hey, Rumble.
Bethel, come on in, man, because mainly I was interested in talking about the draft and how John and Kyle love to rock and roll in the draft, but Deebo he's got people concerned, and the more you think about it, the more you wonder how it's going to end, actually, because I assume the 49ers are going to come around and give him something he's satisfied with. But in the meantime, they got to play this little hide-and-seek game. So, I don't know. Do you think that, you're going to give Deebo a contract? You're not concerned with anything beyond his importance to the team when you pay him. Shouldn't that equate to a certain amount of money? And shouldn't you not hesitate to do it? Or do you think Deebo may be expecting too much to get paid with some of the elite quarterbacks that have put in the last 4, 5, 6 years?
Yeah, I'm thinking he probably, if he's going to go the same way where other players where they want too much money, then I'm thinking he's gonna go to the Jets, and the Jets are gonna give us their first round pick that they're picking in the 4th round, and plus I think they have number. They have the 10th round also on the first pick, and whatever pick they want to give us.
Yeah, they can afford those picks because they got way more picks than they need. They've got their quarterback. They've got one of the best wide receivers in the league as far as speed goes. Don't they have? They've got a couple more players too. It looks like, anyway, they're putting together a pretty good roster. Oh, they got our guy. They got Raheem Mostert. How am I talking about? They got him. If he stays healthy, I don't care what team he's on. If he's healthy, that team's got a weapon. So, yeah.
Yeah, so it's all up to Deebo and his manager how they do this, how they play this, and and if he is looking out for the team, then he's supposed to do something decent and not something that's gonna hurt us. Because if you see, look at Bosa. Since he came, he was doing impact since he came.
Yep.
And after the injury, impact. You pay a player like that, Deebo has missed a lot of games and has got injured in some games that he should have not got injured because Kyle left him there for too long, knowing that he should put him in the sideline. And and that's one thing that I hate that Kyle does, that even though the player's injured, he'll still leave him out there. See the tight end that we had when we had when there was COVID, he in the Jets game, he should have pulled him out, and he left him in there, and he got hurt, and look, he got hurt for more games. So
yeah, the different thing about our team is the way it rolls right now. We can't imagine, Bethel, what it would look like with certain players. I can't imagine what we look like without George. I can't imagine without Deebo. I'm still struggling with how we look without Jimmy. But the thing is, you wonder, you keep on removing certain parts. Will we still be efficient? Will we still be smooth? We'll keep running. Deebo just looks like irreplaceable.
If you want, I'll make some good examples. I can make a good example. The Seattle game. Look at the Seattle game, the first game we played. Jimmy G and the offense didn't do anything. They didn't do nothing until the second quarter, until Trey Lance went in there. Almost won us the game, but if it wasn't because of the special teams making a fumble and all this, we would have won that game.
That's why the special teams like that. Well, you know what's funny about that Seattle game?
Yeah.
Remember the 49ers from first possession went down and immediately scored. It was 7-0 49ers. It was really strange because after that, all of a sudden,
we didn't score nothing.
We did that a couple of times.
Yeah, and then the Green Bay game. Look, our team didn't score anything. Our offense didn't score anything until Trey Lance went in there and scored something. And look, we almost came back to a win. So, and
you
forgot to give Jimmy credit for that, game. Though. Yeah, that one he got credit. It's just that
we should have won that game.
You don't know what could happen if you let Trey do what he has to do, and if you put him in there, he could shock you. He may not, but it just doesn't happen unless he's out there playing. So,
well, we're gonna find out.
And yeah, we're gonna. And plus, maybe because I was hearing that about Jimmy too. I heard something and I heard it from a couple of people saying that the Niners did not agree on Jimmy G doing the surgery for his arm.
Who'd you hear that from?
And he did it. Either way.
Where'd you hear that though?
I heard it from somebody that was talking about the Niners, and that he was talking about that. And I'm like,
it's interesting how this is all of a sudden becoming a conversation. I don't, Beth.
It always happens. It's the same thing with Watson. Look at how all the shit that he was going through.
Yeah.
And now that he's in another team, now all that disappeared. Like, there's no repercussions on all that shit that was going on.
Yeah, but people got to know, Jimmy's not interested in staying here. He sees what the 49ers did. He's polite, but he's not interested in staying with the 49ers. I'm pretty sure he wants to go. That, you know what?
Or how about...
Because Jimmy was going to get, if you go to another team, they're going to give you an examination. The trade's not going to go through if he fails examination. So people all of a sudden decided that Jimmy G's become a crook and is out getting operations just in time. Think again. That's not helping Jimmy.
How about if the Niners do this? How about if the Niners wait everybody to get a quarterback, and there's not a team there to get a quarterback, and then they let him go. So where he's gonna go? There's nowhere for him to go.
And Bethel, think about this.
If everybody's full with a quarterback.
Bethel, think about this for a minute. How come the 49ers didn't trade him? A lot of people who don't really think Jimmy can play football, they think he sucks and nobody wanted him, right? And then there's those who say, well, how about if the 49ers got a deal but said it wasn't good enough? Has anybody ever entertained that thought?
Because if you remember, I think they said that the New Orleans Saints have enough trade value to go and get the number 4 pick. And remember, the second, Lions, they need a quarterback. The number 3, they need a quarterback. And if New Orleans trades up to number 4, they're going to get a quarterback. So all the good quarterbacks that, if they even have any, are going to be gone.
Yeah, well, the draft isn't loaded with talents that are blowing people away. If a team's smart, they wait till next year. But, it's the myths are going to start rolling on Jimmy G, I can see right now.
But remember, there's not a lot of teams that have for next year.
Yeah.
If the coach this year doesn't do something, they're fired.
Yeah,
so do you think that one of those teams are going to call the 49ers and ask for Jimmy G? Because if that's the only good quarterback available, they might trade for him.
I got to tell you, though, Bethel, the 49ers I think they're clowning everybody. I'm wondering if the 49ers are really intending on trading Jimmy. It's kind of strange. You could have got rid of Jimmy by now. Why are you keeping him? And then all of a sudden we hear about this operation. Honestly, I think they're working together, but we'll see.
Yeah,
because and this goes back to last season. Another conversation connects with it. There's things that make no sense. So we'll see what happens next. Beth, we're over time again.
Yeah.
I'll be back Friday, and we continue more conspiracies and theories.
I actually have a good one before I go. I was watching somebody's broadcast, and there's a Seahawks fan calling in talking about the trade with Wagner, and he had a Denver Broncos big old banner in the back and said, "Oh, I'm supporting Russell Wilson." So he started buying Denver Broncos stuff just to support Russell Wilson. But I'm guessing he's changing teams now because Russell Wilson's not there.
and the Hawks saw that and said, "Okay, well, we're going to get rid of you right now. Bobby, you're free to go wherever you please." Cut him. That's crazy. Bethel, I love it.
So they're jumping ship already, Ronbo.
Everybody,
they're jumping ship.
Look for Jimmy to do it next week. Okay, you know what? I'm going to help all the fans out that really don't think I'm worth a damn. I'm just going to leave. I quit. Hey, Bethel, I'll see you Friday, all right?
All right. Good night, Ronbo.
Night. Uh-oh, Charles, still got no audio. Charles, I don't know what happened. We used to have instructions on the app because you're doing one thing wrong. I'm not sure what it is. So we still have no audio. All right. So, hey, yo, B-Ham.
Ronbo.
B-Ham, we're watching a child that was a man a few minutes ago all of a sudden get up and say, "Look, if y'all ain't gonna be nice to me, I'm taking all your pictures off of my social media." and it's so funny because I said, it's like Pop said a little while ago. You know what some of these players ought to do, especially the youngsters just coming out of class or just coming out of school. Have somebody professional handle your social media, because
social affairs.
Yeah, your face in the public needs to be held in a professional fashion. See, you and I are talking about this now. Thousands and thousands upon thousands of people are talking about that. I'm not sure if that's the desired effect. And some of it's not positive. You know what? For every camp, though, I'm thinking Deebo overreacted, and he should go ahead and continue to deal with the 49ers in a very business-like fashion. Then there are some people, "Go Deebo! Don't take no stuff from 49ers." There's that, And so, B-Ham, you think he's going to be back with us soon? And what do you think Deebo should be getting? Because like a lot of us believe, and I think it's unanimous at this point, Deebo's played 4 years, and I don't know if he should be getting the same money as Tyreek.
4 years?
Well, he's coming up on his 4th year. Deebo, I don't know if he should be getting the same money as Tyreek, Devontae, and Stefan. I want him to get paid, but I don't know if he should be that hard about this. I mean, what are you thinking?
This is the way I see it right here, Ronbo. His first year, he came in. Well, he showed signs of something good. Last year, he had something broke, didn't he?
His hamstring wouldn't stay healed up. It kept pulling on him every chance, every few
Okay.
minutes. He was overweight, not a shape.
This year he was in and out. So, I mean, if you're still under contract, you got to think about how the Cowboys look at it like how the Cowboys handled this situation with Dak. We can go ahead and pay him now, and we may escape a couple million per year. You feel me?
Mm-hmm.
But if he comes in and perform again this year like he did this past season, and now we're at that point where we should have signed him when we still had him under contract, but now you sign him a year later. Now who knows where that number may be? You feel me?
Yeah.
So, in most cases, they say it's better to sign them early than sign them late.
Well, see, that BM, there you go. Underline that. Because the 49ers keep horsing around and Cooper Kupp is up. If he gets paid, now you have further pressure and stress on the situation you have with Deebo. Stop fooling around, Niners. Get busy. Get it done. I've got to figure, they probably offered him something already by now. The 49ers aren't that stupid. And Deebo didn't like it.
Yeah, it's one of them tricky situations right there, Ronbo, because I mean, we don't know what we would get in the draft. You know, you know what you got with Deebo right now. You don't know what you're gonna get in the future. You feel what I'm saying? So
absolutely, I worry about this every year.
I say go ahead and pay him. I would give him more incentives than I would give him guaranteed. Or you give him a little bit of guarantee and bump the incentives up as to where if you complete a full season, or we make it this far, or your numbers is like this, then you can get that number that you want. But it's basically kind of like a prove it deal. You know what I'm saying?
I do.
I mean, that body of work needs to stack up for a couple of years. And don't get me wrong, Devontae Adams was out early in his career too now. You feel me? Because he always had like a turf toe.
That took him out a whole season.
Or something.
That was the year I kept telling people the Green Bay lost that year. BM, what they need to do is, like you're saying, offer the incentives. Because the thing is, I would investigate, because you got to if you're going to trade Deebo for any picks or something like that, you're going to have to renegotiate a deal. That's going to be have to understood before Deebo leaves. You can't just trade him to a team, because he's going to go over there and cause them trouble. They're going to say, listen, you guys need to come to some kind of conclusion with Deebo. We'll pick it up from there. We'll give you 2 first-round draft picks, and we'll be wrapping that up right quick. All right? What y'all going to do? And then now John Lynch is back sitting there. Well, we can sign it for anything we want to now.
The first thing I heard, Ronbo, is they said it's a lot of speed at wide receiver in this draft.
Oh,
so I'm hoping that we're not looking at like, well, you know what, we can let Deebo go and just go out here and find somebody else to do the job for cheap.
Just because he can run doesn't mean he can play football.
And then you got to wonder, are they going to be as physical as Deebo?
And can they catch?
Brandon Ayuk, they have the physicality. We do need someone with speed that can stretch the field and be able to catch. But at the end of the day, you still got to know if they're going to be as physical. I mean, our team is pretty much a physical team.
Hey, see, this is what a lot of people don't understand. People think we don't go deep downfield every other play is because Jimmy can't throw it. You can see that offense by design, that's what it is. This is a smash mouth. All the passing game is Kyle Shanahan's offense is an extension of the run game. That's all it's ever been, especially with the 49ers. And that's before Jimmy even came. You get your ball into the playmakers' hands and let them do their thing. You get rid of that ball as fast as possible and take the stress off your offensive line and let that playmaker deal with it. See? So that's why you're right. You got to have a physical ball player. You can't have a wimp. That's why Dante Pettis is in New York City.
Yeah, man. We should have did a little bit more checking with Dante Pettis, man.
He is so opposite of what the 49ers are trying to do.
I believe he was a little fruity somewhere, man. I think he had a little sugar in his tank, man. I don't know. I don't.
But you
I
know
don't
what?
know. I don't even see him on a team in a couple of years, man. For real.
Well, you know, he's Dante's what made them make up their mind to go the route they did. Dante came second year, right? Dante's what made up their mind. Then you go after your Deebos. You got your George Kittle out there doing it. IU can be physical to some degree as well. Jawan Jennings. You see the pattern? You know, otherwise.
Dante Pettis and Jalen Hurd was two.
Hey, Hurd. There's another guy.
Oh,
physical. Ooh. It was going to be the Bruise brothers.
But at the same time, you know, that was hurting us with them not playing. That's money we could have kept.
Yeah.
You know. Question, Ronbo. I know you ain't gonna have too much time. How do you get back on the Zoom? For some reason, when I get on there, it always tell me the wrong pin or something.
That shouldn't be the case, though.
Yeah, I don't know how that works. I tried the Zoom call a couple of times.
Look in the description, and the pin number should be in there because it changes all the time.
Is it the same pin as the phone pin?
No. The Zoom. Check out the description. You'll see the pin number is different.
Okay. See, that's where I guess that's where I'm losing it because the only thing I see normally is what's on your screen that's on YouTube.
Yeah,
and that's what I'll be checking you out on.
To put it on I thought we put it on the screen. We don't put it on the screen? Yeah, we don't put it on the screen. So, look in the description, and the one that's getting shifted all the time will be right there.
Okay.
Yeah, because we used to love looking at that luxurious cab of yours, you know, as you're driving down the highway.
Oh, yeah, man. Oh, yeah. Trying to keep it together, brother. Trying to keep it together.
Sounds good.
And hopefully we can keep this team together, man.
I know, right? At the end of the day, Deebo's going to get signed. They just got to play this game. But they waited too long, and that's bad. Because if Cooper Kupp gets paid for mad money, then they're really going to be crying. So we're going to see.
Yeah, we're going to be messed up then, man. We need to go and get it done quick. Him and Nicky Bosa.
You know? God. All right, B. Ham. Have a great night, man.
All right, Ronbo, man.
Be easy out there.
All right, man. Hey. You the same, man. Y'all subscribe to my boy Ronbo.
Thanks, B.M.
He's Rombeezy.
All right, fam. He goes, B.M. Let's go check out. Hey, Steven.
What's up, Ronbo?
Hey, Steven, man. We're sitting there looking at draft possibilities and what your own imagination has the 49ers doing, trading up or down. And nobody's talking about trading down, which is likely because the 49ers, they know that some of the best players they've gotten have been in the fourth round and beyond, right? So they might do that. But again, they may see somebody they really want to target, and they may trade up. So, and also, everybody's talking about Deebo and how he's displayed the fact that he is not happy with that little gesture with his social media. We don't know exactly what's going on. Somebody said, "Oh, come on, drama queens." It doesn't mean anything. For those of us who don't want to believe anything negative, would be the thing to say. So, you know, I don't know. Deebo, are we going to sign him for more money or are we going to give him market price? Well, what's going to happen with Deebo?
Oh, man, Ronbo, I wish I could tell you. I mean, like BM was talking, I really hope the 49ers don't let Deebo walk and then try to pick someone up in the draft because that kind of talent that Deebo has comes once in a blue moon, and I can tell you one thing: it's not going to come from this year's draft. It's really not, and it would be foolish if they did, because Deebo was the backbone. I mean, if not, is the backbone of that offense. If you really think about it, we wouldn't have made it that far with any other wide receiver. Brandon Ayuk couldn't have carried us. You know, Travis Benjamin couldn't carry us. Trent Sherfield couldn't carry us. Nobody could have carried us other than Deebo. Deebo literally put us on his back and took us to the NFC Championship.
Yeah. He became WR1 this year for sure. Well, and everybody was trying to flip the coin. Well, you know, Ayuk runs better routes now, but Deebo's more physical. Ayuk's got the skills to go be an elite quarterback or a wide receiver. But you know, people are going back and forth. I think it's clear now Deebo's the guy.
No, Deebo's been the guy. That's the thing. Deebo has been the guy. Like, unless if it was like someone like, the only way I can ever see Deebo ever getting outshined in the 49ers offense is if it was anybody from the John Harbaugh or Bill Walsh era wide receiver core. We're talking like Jerry Rice or Brown. Oh my God, T.O. Anybody in that era would outshine Deebo. But current modern day, I don't see anyone in that offense at all. Period. Going up against Deebo in that position. Not even Brandon Ayuk, and I love Brandon Ayuk. The thing is that Ayuk,
he brings a different
yeah,
game
he
to the
runs
table.
the route, but he's nowhere near physical.
Yeah, he's a different ball player. But in tandem, the duo could be great. I mean, between Deebo, one brings extreme finesse, excellent route running. The other one brings just pure pain. And I love that, man. Deebo, man, he takes a few quick steps off the line of scrimmage, drop the ball off to him. Now, watch this show go. I love that.
Exactly. Deebo brings that physicality that, brings out the best in the 49ers. You can have that finesse all you want, but if you don't have that physicality, there's nothing really there for the 49ers to really work with, especially since a lot of the play schemes are running plays.
Yeah.
Here comes a shotgun pass. Here it goes. One more time. It's a consistent thing that brings us to the playoffs day in and day out. I don't know, Ronbo. I mean, I saw the social media post, and I thought to myself, I said, are we really going to do this? Are we really going to do exactly what Kyler Murray did to Arizona? Are we really going to sit here and actually do this? Are we just going to watch this happen? And everyone that I've seen in some of the Reddit forums is like, oh, well, Julio Jones is up for, grabs. I don't care about Julio Jones.
Yeah, Julio needs to go ahead and take a break now. He's done all he's going to do. Anybody that signs him just gave away some money or just donated to the Julio fund because Julio's not going to give you any time. He may play a game or two. Yeah.
But he's not going to do anything crazy. There's no way.
Well, he's not going to be out there long enough. Yeah. His body's quit.
Yeah,
Him and Sherman.
Exactly. Oh, Sherm. Uncle Sherm. Man.
Yeah, he's done. Sherm can't
done.
last 5 minutes.
He can't back.
Yeah, football players should know, and they know. They're just trying to see if they can milk the system a little longer. But I wouldn't want to go out like that. You're not going to be able to go healthy. You sprint down the field, and something's going to go twang. That's all there is to it.
Exactly.
But you still
like look at Tim Tebow.
Yeah.
Boy.
And actually, if you're a manager or owner or something like that, you should know this. Yeah, but you can't tell guys like Julio. Julio, man, how about the vet minimum? What? You know who I am? I know Julio, but I get 7 games out of you. Okay, you go insult me, I'm just going, Julio, come on, don't be upset. Can you see having that conversation with him? Because these guys got egos too. Yeah.
Man, egos. And they think, the only people that should really have egos, to be honest, Ronbo, is I'll say this: Russell Wilson, because he's consistent.
Yeah.
He was consistent with the Seahawks.
Yeah.
And he's a pretty damn good QB.
Yeah.
Bobby Wagner, because he's really intelligent in his position, if not the smartest at his position. Fred Warner, Nick Bosa, in general, just the Bosa brothers.
Yeah.
Trent Williams. These are egos that have stood the test of time because they've shown their grit. But Julio,
it's funny. The guys you mentioned, they don't display a lot of divitude. You know what I mean? Russell Wilson doesn't go on and on about himself, and he should, or he doesn't give you the feeling that there's no arrogance there. Bosa had nothing to say, and he was completely abused this year when he started giving out accolades. Who else did you just mention? I just thought about the players you mentioned. None of those guys have huge egos. The Bosa brothers.
Bobby Wagner.
Bobby Wagner? Yeah. Bobby Wagner's about... And they didn't even let him know he had to find out another way that he's not playing with the Hawks anymore. That was just wrong on so many levels. So,
if anyone is supposed to have these egos, it's those players because, again, they stood the test of time. They have done their best. They have proven accolade after accolade after accolade. These players, deserve to have an ego. But in terms of Julio Jones, man, dude, just let it go. You've hit your peak. You dropped it. and you kept falling, and you're not getting back up, man. Just stop.
Yeah.
But as for the last caller talking about Jimmy G's shoulder surgery not being agreed to by Jimmy, I didn't hear anything about that.
I didn't either.
I've been on 49er forums everywhere. I've never heard anyone mention that. He might have heard it a word of mouth that, to each their own, take it with a grain of salt. If it is true that Jimmy G didn't agree to it, then damn, we're looking at a very bad situation come forward, because he still has that no trade clause. And if he wants that money, he will deny that trade clause and milk the 49ers for that money.
No, I think the trade clause ended recently. The date was just a few weeks ago. The no trade clause is over. But Jimmy gets is a $7 million injury deal of some kind after a certain date. Honestly, though, there's no benefit for Jimmy just as soon get to his other team. If he would have been traded right now, he'd be in position to compete for the starting job if he's anywhere having to do that, or he's already getting acclimated to his next team. Jimmy's at a disadvantage now because he can't come in. Nobody wants a guy that's going to come in and not learn a new program, right? So
exactly.
Jimmy having to have a procedure all of a sudden, trying to pull the number, that's completely ludicrous. That's shooting himself in the foot. Not going to happen.
But it's so, if you think about it, Ronbo, how many teams are desperate for a QB? It's so stupid and so ludicrous. It might work in Jimmy G's favor for him to get traded to a team that is in dire need of a QB, because there's no talent. There's no talent of QBs in the draft this year.
It would take place during the draft, or would have already taken place, and people just have to take a long shot on him. But when you got a quarterback with a shoulder injury, if I'm an owner, I tell anybody in my department, listen, don't even think about it. I want to know if I'm paying for a guy that's going to play next year or not. Because anytime you get a shoulder job done, it could be you get into camp, he's going to have that. They're going to have to go back in there and see if they can fix that. You don't want that, you got to get a healthy quarterback. You don't go and get a quarterback with an arm, especially his throwing arm, having issues. Nobody's going to do that, no matter how good the quarterback is. Even if it's Tom Brady, you got to worry about that, especially if Tom Brady's 40-something years old. So,
yeah.
But anyway. All right, Stephen. And I tell you what, I'm going to look for you Friday. We're going to go and have a great night.
You too, Ronbo. Have a great night.
Man. You too. Night.
Bye.
Hey, Stephen. Hey, it's Chardol time. Hey, Chardol.
Hey, what's up, Ronbo?
Chardol.
I really love your YouTube channel and all the content you make on the platform.
Oh, thanks, Chardol.
Hey, so what are your thoughts of Jimmy Garoppolo going to the Carolina Panthers for quarterback Baker Mayfield?
No. Baker plays for Cleveland.
No, there was a trade that was happening between Jimmy G and Baker Mayfield
to Carolina.
I think it was on Grant's channel.
Please, you know what? Okay, that's not true.
No, it was on Grant's channel. It was on Grant. I mean, I'm not making that up. It was on Grant's channel.
Well, I don't know if Grant would approve of you saying that, but okay, Chardol, Baker's still in Cleveland, and they're trying to move him, but he hasn't moved yet.
I mean, so for
maybe okay, you know what? You probably misunderstood. What Grant may have said is there is a possibility that the Panthers could be in the mix for Jimmy. Maybe that's what he was saying.
Yeah, that's what he was saying.
Okay. Yeah, Baker's not in. Well, okay, either Baker or Jimmy, I could see that being. Both of them are having shoulder surgery, though, or just had it. So I don't know if the Panthers want to do with that. I think the Panthers were looking at the new quarterback in the draft, Wilkes or whatever he is, the one that Tony says is not that good. So I said the Panthers were watching that. Shut up.
Yeah, I'm charging my phone. My phone's gonna die. Yeah, my phone's gonna die right now.
Yeah. Yeah. Anyway.
So, who are some other players that you want to get selected in the NFL draft? Like any particular prospects that you like to see?
Not yet. I'm no. I see some players that are out there, and I'm checking them out slowly, as I always do before the draft. But I saw an offensive lineman. This offensive lineman, Alec, I kind of like him, the guy at Boston College. He's achieved a lot of awards since he's been in Boston College, and also he is a center that plays in a stretch run scheme. So he could be our guy. I don't think we're going to get him because it sounds too good to be true.
So if Jimmy Garoppolo leaves the San Francisco 49ers, who could be a replacement for Jimmy G? Could Desmond Ridder from the Cincinnati Bearcats be a potential replacement?
You mean as a backup quarterback?
Yeah, to Trey Lance.
Yeah, well, that's another rookie. I don't know that he'd be. Charlotte, you gotta remember this. Whoever's starting knows what they're doing. If you have a rookie behind him, what's the rest of the team going to do? He doesn't know anything. So he can't be a backup. If he came in, he'd be competing for the starting job, I guess. So that's why I'm thinking not going to happen.
But everybody's saying that Desmond Ridder's going to be this star set of this quarterback who has so much talent to him,
upside. Yeah.
And they're saying that we would love to see him get a start. In the draft. I mean, we would love to see this guy get we would love to see him do what he has to prove. I mean,
well, somebody might pick him up. Somebody might pick him up. You know what's funny? Because the first few rounds, I don't know that quarterback is a top priority in the first few round picks. Because you got the Jets, you got the Lions, you got. You look at Jacksonville. They've also got their quarterback. A lot of teams already have their quarterback in those top 5 slots. So if he gets picked up, he'll get picked up probably a little later on in the draft, maybe. I'm pretty sure the 49ers aren't going to pick up another quarterback in this draft. They're not going to have a first-round pick anyway. So, well, you know what? Maybe some quarterbacks going to fall to the second round. But, Charlotte, you need a guy that's experienced, usually a veteran to back up a quarterback like Trey Lance. You don't want to bring in another kid that doesn't know what he's doing yet.
I mean, who do we need? Who do the 49ers need right now? Like, what are we in need for? Like a quarterback, maybe a safety, maybe a running back, maybe a wide receiver.
Yeah, we need offensive linemen, of course. We need to see if we can get some better talent and upgrade at the offensive line for sure. You want cornerback because you need a little bit of depth. I think we got our starters now. I'm pretty sure we got a solid starting group between 3 guys. I like Ambry Thomas. I do like Chardavius Ward. Of course, Emmanuel Sanders has been, if not spectacular, but been very solid. So these are the 3 guys right there. Deommodore Lenoir, I'm not sure how he's going to progress this year. We'll see what he looks like in just a little bit. But it'd be nice to have one more quality cornerback in there competing for that job because Dante Johnson's going to be with us. He's our safety net in case something goes wrong and comes in and does a solid job for us. But we're still searching for that star. And a lot of people are talking about safety, Chardal. Maybe we pick up a safety.
So my other thing that I want to say is that what are your thoughts of Christian Watson and how do you think he's going to be a good fit on the Kansas City Chiefs and do you think him and Juju Smith-Schuster are gonna have are gonna make a great team?
So you think Christian Watson's on his way to Kansas City? You know when did the Chiefs pick though?
No, but I don't know if he wants to go to the Chiefs, but I went on a Twitter space recently.
And the Chiefs fans want him, right?
And one of the people were saying that they want Christian Watson to go to Kansas City. They don't think he's gonna come to San Francisco.
No, we're not gonna be able to get Christian Watson unless we trade up. And I don't know if they got the assets to get into the first. I think Christian Watson might go late in the first round, maybe early second round, but that takes us out, Chardal. We're late second round.
So who do you think? If we in the NFL draft, who do you think in the first pick in the 2022 NFL draft, who are the 49ers going to select?
At pick number 62, or 1, whichever one it is. I bet it's an offensive lineman. I really do this year because you know what? There's no pressure to pick up the golden boy or the sexy pick in the first round this year unless we get a first round pick coming up soon. But the second round last year, we picked up an offensive lineman without hesitation, and Aaron Banks, right? So this year, I figure the 49ers are looking at that right side of that line. We just got rid of we just lost Laken Tomlinson. I think the 49ers, the pressure's big on getting another offensive lineman this year. He's got to be of high quality, and I think they're going to go offensive line with pick number 61.
So in the draft in the NFL draft, I don't want any anticipation because last time everybody was hoping that the 49ers would end up getting Mac Jones, and then they ended up getting Trey Lance, and everybody's like on the edge of their seats waiting for the moment to happen. They were like seeing what's going to happen, like who are you going to get in the draft? And when people saw Mac Jones, they were like, everybody was hopeful we were going to get Mac Jones, but then when Trey Lance got selected, everybody was losing their minds.
Do you think so?
They were like, "We got Trey Lance now."
I distinctly remember that people were scared to death that Mac Jones was going to get selected. I thought people were celebrating Trey Lance.
Like, why are you scared? Like, I mean, I don't know why people wanted Mac Jones to get selected, and then they were like nervous. And then when Trey Lance got selected, everybody was like celebrating like somebody won the Super Bowl.
Well, because they were relieved we didn't get Mac Jones, which, by the way, Mac Jones is nowhere near as bad as people thought he was going to be. So, it's the way things work out. Every year there's going to be something like this, and this year's going to be no different,
So in the 2022 NFL draft, please don't let that same moment happen in last year's draft. What happened with that old Mac Jones incident where we thought he was going to get selected and then he didn't. Please don't let that happen this year. Please do not.
Don't worry,
I'm
Shuttle.
crossing my fingers.
We're not in the first round. The pressure's off. You can relax on day one. And for right now.
But what happened last year's draft? I'm saying I don't want them to repeat that in this year's draft.
Well, I think it's not something you don't need to lose any sleep over that. But Shuttle, we're gonna go. I'll tell you what. I'll see you Friday and be looking for you and more great fun.
Hey Ronbo, I really like coming on your channel, and you're an absolute OG and you slay the show every single day. I'm gonna see you on Friday. We're gonna talk more football then.
All right, looking forward to it, Shuttle. Have a great night,
see you, Ronbo. Have a good night.
All right, bye. And with that said, Mac Jones, Big Show. I'm surprised Big Show didn't chime in on that one. Hey fam, please hit that like. Don't forget to do that before you leave, and subscribe, especially for you folks that come in just to bother us. And I'm not talking about 49er fans. I'm talking about guys that like to come in and just aggravate. Don't want to mention no names, but ready to go. So hey fam, thanks for the contribution tonight, and I will see you Friday. I know. For the win.